All right,
We
and we are
are
live. So welcome everybody. Ooh, Hellbound already in the house. Let's party, dude. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Anybody watching? Particularly you, Seth, as you may be the only person watching. Um, anyway, yeah, I got Marc of Horror joining me. Cody from H&S Collectibles will be along in a moment, about a half hour, and John from Project Ellsworth will also be joining us a little later. Um, yeah. So anyway, how what have you been doing horror wise this week,
oh,
Mark?
let's see. Monday is my birthday,
Ooh,
and we celebrated today. And if I can find it real quick, and let's see if I can get this on the screen. That's a birthday cake.
wait, what is it?
An
It's a
alien
hand. Oh, look at that! Wow,
with the
the
alien
face
coming
on.
out of it. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Well, that's cool.
So we did that.
You were gonna be 30 years old then.
Yeah, for the almost double.
Okay. Well, at least you're still celebrating the birthdays. I sort of stopped.
The kids wouldn't let me stop.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Sometimes my parents are like, "Hey, let's get a cake," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, I had no idea about the cake until they picked it up.
Nice. Yeah, I went I have so during this whole quarantine I've been very quiet as far as like pickups go and shopping and stuff. I know a lot of people are doing like retail therapy and whatnot. And then last night I just spent an absolute shitload of money on all sorts of stuff. I just
Wow.
went shopping and like spent it all at once. So
Online?
Oh yeah. So much so that like my bank called and was like, dude, did some nerdy ass like horror kid get a hold of your credit card? And I was like, no, that's just me. I'm not horror nerd. Hey, Spook Boy 709, how you doing?
Facebook
Uh,
boy.
Hellbound is asking what I got. I got, um, well, I picked up a bunch of Blu-rays and stuff, but last night I picked up a bunch of the Arrow Video limited edition stuff. And Hellbound, actually, I was looking at the Beyond the Door um, limited edition box set that Arrow put out. Uh, and I was basically like searching. I went to YouTube to see what it was about because I've never seen that movie, and I watched Seth's review of it, and then decided against getting it. But still, thank you for the review. And Shannon in the house. How are you doing, Shannon? But yeah, I got so much shit. I got the Candyman, Arrow Candyman limited edition box set. Hey Craig, how you doing? I got the uh, Nightbreed limited edition box set. I got the Cat of Nine Tails limited edition box set. I pre-ordered uh, 3 Death for Real X Plus Godzilla figures.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, I spent a lot of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars last night just randomly. Uh, but what you gonna do? And then before that, I picked up basically this. This was like a week ago or something. I'll go through all this if you want to see. I got the Idle Hands Scream Factory limited or Scream Factory Collector's Edition. Classic. First time watch for me, actually. What did you say?
First time watch? I thought it was hilarious.
It was the first time watch for me. I got the Ringu collection from Arrow Video. So it has the first movie, the sequel, and the prequel. 2 of the sequels, actually, Spiral and Ring 2. And actually, I had never seen any of the Japanese Ring movies. So far, I've just watched the first one. Hey, Larry, how you doing? Yeah, dude, I've been going crazy doing Parasite 4K. This was a good movie.
Yep.
not quite exactly what I was expecting, to be honest. I was expecting sort of more horror elements and not as much comedy elements, but it was really good. Of course, I
I
got the 4K zombie.
I had pre-ordered that, and Deep Discount forgot to ship it. And
Ah,
and the way I can tell they forgot to ship it is that I complained at them. I said, it's been a month since it's been out, and I haven't received this. But your website, you're still selling it, so it can't be out because they put back ordered when it's out. And so they gave me the pat answer of, they sent back the pat answer of, oh, we are out of stock at this at the moment. But 3 hours later, I received a ship notice.
of course, yeah.
So
It was just that very brief moment.
But I watched it last night. It's gorgeous.
It looked great. The I'm not sure. I can't really say if it looked any better than the I don't know, the 3-disc limited edition. What did you think? Could you tell a difference?
Yes, I thought it looked better, but I thought the upgrades were minor. I think that anybody who has the 3-disc limited would be just fine without upgrading it to the 4K.
Yeah, I didn't watch them back to back, but I did notice that it looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But these older movies, so also like along those lines, I also picked up, this one's not even unwrapped yet, the Maniac 4K.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know how that one is.
The 3-disc, again, that they just put out looked amazing. So I'm curious to see these older movies. Usually if they put out a 4K, it looks amazing because it's a new restoration. But I think these ones that they just did the limited 3-disc editions of, I think it's the same transfers, just in higher quality, higher resolution. I could be wrong.
No, I think it is. They prepped them knowing that they were going to go to 4K, and when they were ready, they just were able to transfer pretty quickly.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll watch this again. Love this movie. One of the very best remakes, by the way. Maniac remake. Loved it.
Now you went shopping for all of these. You went shopping for all of these Arrow sets last night. Did you buy them where there a particular deal?
The deal was there was a devil on my shoulder saying, "Go hit up eBay." Okay. So that's what I did. Yeah, I just got I don't know, because I had basically not bought anything, and then I ended up buying all these Scream Factory collector's editions that I had been meaning to pick up. So here's the Pet Sematary 2. And those were just ones that I had been meaning to pick up and never did, and decided, hey, before shit gets out of hand as far as secondary market prices go, let's pick these up, as so that I can get them for less than hundreds of dollars. Yeah. Hellbound says Blood Rage is so good. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me switch to.
That's not Carenberry sauce.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love that movie. I'm not sure what that was in reference to, though. I missed it, I think. But anyway, yeah.
Scream went with Blood Rage this week.
Oh, I see. There it is. Yeah, Blood Rage is fucking awesome, man. I have the Arrow release of that. Super fun. And I did on my video for that. I did that for Slashback Saturday last year at some point, and I had a funny quilted intro for that one. It was one of my favorites, I think, where she framed Geigen for stealing all my French fries, and then Geigen got institutionalized. Hey, Strange Monkey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going here. Also got April Fool's Day finally. Another new collector's edition that came out. Haven't seen that for a while. I just put it in the player, but I haven't watched it yet. Of course, Craig's fave, Silver Bullet. It's Dream Factory Collector Edition. Classic. Werewolf doesn't quite hold up so well as far as like other werewolves of the day.
Oh.
He kind of looks a little more rubbery, I would say, than like an American Werewolf in London and or The Howling. Hey, Crip6, how you doing? And then this one, have you seen this, Mark? Tigers Are Not Afraid?
No, it's on my watch list. I've heard that it's really good, but I haven't watched it yet.
I have too. I haven't watched it. You can see this is not open yet, but this is the Steelbook. And then as far as Steelbooks go, I also got the Mandy Steelbook. Also haven't opened this one yet because I already have the Blu-ray. But this one's pretty gorgeous, actually, as is this whole movie. Super good. What'd you think of? Oh, I wasn't messing around. What did you think of Mandy, Mark?
I enjoyed it, but I didn't like it as much as everybody else did, apparently. So if I was going to pick a Nick Cage film, I enjoyed Color Out of Space more.
Okay. I loved Color Out of Space, but I'm going to say I preferred Mandy, actually. Yeah, I just thought Mandy was awesome. It's beautiful.
Right. I thought they were both beautiful. They're both completely trippy.
Yeah, I think as far as it goes, like, I don't know, Color Out of Space was awesome. Mandy felt like it transported me to a different world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It had just a little more effect on me, and I loved how absolutely batshit crazy it was. Just, yeah, super fun. So big fan of that one.
Yeah.
Has not done a great film since Leaving Las Vegas. That is a false statement. Leaving Las Vegas was a great film. I will give you that. But he's been in a bunch of good movies, man.
And even more really bad ones.
Oh, yeah. No, he's been in a shitload of awful movies. No doubt about that. Definitely more bad than good, I think. Hey, people in the chat, is my image quality look like absolute shit?
Yep.
I'm not sure what's going on. I may have to start streaming on a different laptop if that doesn't fix itself. So Craig is saying
Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man.
The Beast.
Haven't seen that one. Haven't seen that one since it came out. Watched the original recently though. Original's a pretty good one, I gotta say. Yeah, so Dylan's saying, yeah, pretty crusty. Well, hopefully, I don't know. Maybe it's a shitty internet connection. Anyway, maybe the next time I stream, I'll try to use my Mac instead of this laptop. But yeah, Wicker Man, good movie. I watched a review of Midsommar, and someone basically said it was Wicker Man, and I kind of highly disagree with all that. I mean, they're similar in some ways, but man, pretty different. You know what I mean? As far as like their actual like execution approach and the sort of general subject matter is similar, but the overall story and how it unfolds is quite a bit different, I thought.
I enjoyed both of them, though. Although, if you want to talk Midsummer, you should wait till Cody's on because he hates that film.
Yeah, we'll definitely, when he comes on, we'll go into a deep discussion on Midsommar. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crip6 is saying the mullet in Con Air was amazing. I agree.
Yeah.
Con Air, a movie, I don't think I've seen that since it came out in the theater. I mean, that was a long time ago. But yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I remember Steve Buscemi being in that. I liked his character.
Yeah.
Mountain Top 9. I don't know what that is. Oh, Dylan, what did you think of House by the Cemetery?
Oh, wait, watch the.
I keep like House by the Cemetery is my favorite Fulci movie, so it's one that I'm always like, oh, if someone hasn't seen it, I'm like, wow, you got to watch this one. Because there's something about it. It's not a great film, but there's something about it that I absolutely love. Um, yeah, I don't know. I loved it, but
It may be narratively challenged, but it's got great atmosphere.
it has great atmosphere, it has great gore. Um, and yeah, the narrative is challenged. The child acting is terrible, uh, but so charming too, simultaneously. I mean, it's so ridiculous that it makes me smile, and then the rest of it just takes over, and I'm like, this is an amazing experience. Yeah. So he's saying that the kid acting is pretty bad. Larry, I agree with you. Uh, yeah, I think I don't know. I love that movie. Absolutely love it.
Are you going to pick up the 4K?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean that's like the man, these Blue Underground's really like jacking me up because they released all those 3 disc limited edition ones that I had to get. Um and like now I'm gonna get them all in 4K too. So who knows?
Well,
Uh,
they did, but right after I picked up Zombie, the 3 disc Zombie, I saw the 4K announcements, and I said, okay, that's it. I'm not buying any new Blue Underground because they're all going to come out in 4K.
yeah. Well, and I saw, do you remember the Arrow Video did the limited edition box set for Creepshow 2? It's
Yeah.
like in the slipcover. Um, Now that is out of print and it's going for a lot of money on eBay. Uh, but I just saw that they are releasing a Region B version of it. So that's pre-order. So I pre-ordered that last night too, by the way,
Good
because
for you.
I didn't get the Region A one when it was available. Uh, but that makes me think that they're going to release the Nightbreed and the Candyman, which were Region B releases only, in Region A, which means I'll probably end up spending more money on that too because I'm a lunatic. I mean, you're a lunatic too. You know what it's like.
Oh, yeah. I have a problem. I admit it. I was going to spend a whole bunch for my birthday last night, but Severin Sale, their site went offline.
ah,
They weren't ready for it, or something happened to it, or whatever. And now, if you want to order from Severin Sale, you have to email them a list of what you want, and they'll bill you.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what got into me last night. I just ended up going absolutely pretty crazy. Hey, Al's in the house now
Oh,
on
hey,
his Them Fighting Words channel. If you guys like kung fu movies, go check out his new channel.
I did
This
not
that's Al from
know,
Kaiju Shorts. Hmm?
not know that was his channel.
Yeah, yeah, he just started it for kung fu movie uh, content, basically. But yeah, everyone watching, go check out his channel. Same old Al, just talking about some different stuff. Young Craig was trying to find. Yeah, Craig saying he got suckered into watching City of Angels like 4 times back in the day. Yeah, I hear you, man. I definitely watched that movie with a girl or two back in the day. Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to catch up on the chat. Um, yeah, everyone is kung fu fighting. Fast as lightning too on Al's channel. I guess I don't know. I usually watch like the stream in a separate browser window. Uh, but I guess I could probably just do it on the StreamYard if I'm hosting it because it pops up. But anyway, I get confused. There's like a weird lag and shit. Um, But so what are you going to do for your birthday? Did you say it was Monday?
It's Monday, but I pretty much done it. I mean, I'll probably take Monday to watch some horror movies. I certainly have quite a backlog.
What's on your list to watch?
Gosh, what's out there? The Twilight, a bunch of Twilight Times that I got in for their closing sale. Some Hammer ones, Pirates of Blood River, Dragon Wick with Vincent Price, Sword of Sherwood Forest with Peter Cushing, Short Night of Glass Dolls, an Italian giallo. Probably have 4 or 5 Italian giallos out there I haven't watched, so I'll get to knock some of them out. And I splurged back a month ago on Vinegar Syndrome sale, and I ordered the subscription. So I'll get their releases through the end of the year, all their regular releases.
As they get released?
As they get released, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they just send.
I didn't know they had like a subscription service like that.
They do. It saves you a lot of money if you buy all the Vinegar Syndromes anyway. But of course, they put out some that I don't particularly care for. And I've always wanted to do it. And they offer it only 2 times a year. They offer it at Thanksgiving weekend and then Memorial Day weekend. And Memorial Day weekend, it's a half-year package, and the full-year package is offered on Black Friday. Oh, Al, yes. Sword of Sherwood Forest is a Hammer Robin Hood movie, and it has Peter Cushing as the Sheriff of Nottingham. I've not seen it, so I can't tell you if it's any good, but I picked it up.
So with your Vinegar Syndrome subscription, you get all the awesome slip covers too, because you're like in there or nice and early.
Yeah. Yeah. And for Black Friday, they're going to release two new 4Ks of films they've never released before, and I'll get those. So, and they're doing one 3D horror film at that time too.
Like what 3D movie?
They won't tell you right up until the last minute.
Is it like old school 3D with red and blue glasses?
Well, I imagine it's one that was released in 3D, but their niche is usually 70s and 80s, and usually exploitation. So I don't know what horror film would fit that bill. Parasite got a release from, I think, Kino Lorber, so it's not Parasite.
Sorry, you froze up there for a second. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I know it's not Parasite because I think Kino Lorber just put that out, and it's not Jaws 3, and it's not Friday the 13th Part 3, because I don't think they have access to that. So I don't know what else would fit their bill.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, they would do 3D movies like on the TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You had to get the glasses down at 7-Eleven or.
Yeah. I don't think they do that anymore. Well, they also have like the newer, fancier 3D. But I typically don't really go for the 3D stuff these days. You know, when you used to be able to go to the theater and watch the 3D stuff. I think unless it's like shot with the intention of being for 3D, a lot of like the fast action, quick cut stuff is just a mess.
Right.
Amityville 3D. Haven't seen it. 3D does nothing for Craig. I heard that. The new 3D look, seamless and clear. It's just the cinematography depends. Hey Joe, how you doing? Joe's in the house.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, thanks,
Mark,
Hellbound. That'll give me some to look for.
well, Sean's in the house now too. Hey Sean, how you doing? Oh, he's visiting his mom, watching a movie. All right, well, hey, thanks for swinging by, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
I think we're going to be streaming basically all night, so come back by if you get a chance. Yeah, we got some other people joining us a little later. Yeah, Crypt 6 is saying he's not really a big fan of 3D.
I'm not a fan of 3D either, but my eyesight is so bad that I don't really generally get the 3D effects. So I don't on the TV. I have a 3D TV and a 3D player, and I've tried every possible setup, and it just doesn't work. But I gave it a shot.
Yeah, Al's saying that because he's colorblind, the red-blue glasses don't work for him.
Oh, okay.
Which is interesting. Hey, Jen, how you doing? Yeah, Larry says the new 3D looks good, but doesn't pop out like it should.
Yeah, they don't throw things at the screen like they used to.
Yeah, I love the gratuitous shots in Friday the 13th Part 3. It's like some of my favorite shit ever. Exactly. Like, oh, let's, they're just like, I can see them just spitballing in like a meeting going, well, what's some crazy shit we can do? What about a POV from below of a yo-yo or like from above of popping popcorn? I fucking loved it.
It reminded me of House of Wax back from the 1950s. They have a guy with a paddle ball just paddle balling it towards the camera.
Nice. That's great. I don't think I've seen the original House of Wax, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I've seen the. Go on.
It's good for a number of reasons. I mean, it's a great Vincent Price performance, but Charles Bronson has a very early role in it. In fact, if you look, he's not even billed as Charles Bronson. He's billed as Charles Buczynski.
Okay. I should watch that one at some point. The House of Wax remake used to feel kind of like a guilty pleasure to me. Mm-hmm. Back before I knew a bunch of other horror nerds, because it was just me and other people like normal movies, and I was like, I like House of Wax. But now I realize that it's actually a pretty popular movie among horror people, even though it is still not a super great film. It's pretty well loved, I think. What did you think of the remake?
I haven't seen it since it came out. I didn't particularly care for it when it came out, but I was probably expecting something along the lines of the original, and it's nothing like the original. Yeah. I know that my daughter and I laughed when Paris Hilton died, because Paris Hilton was very famous at the time. But that's all I really remember about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I need to get it a watch.
It's fun. It's I don't know. It's good. If you don't like horror, I would say, and you like it, then it's probably guilty pleasure. But I just don't feel that guilty anymore about liking anything.
No, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. Yeah, House of Wax was a remake of Mystery of the Wax Museum, and one of the really nice things is that both on the DVD for House of Wax and the Blu-ray for House of Wax, they include the original film Mystery of the Wax Museum.
Hey, Mark, my pizza's here. Can you hold it down for a few moments while I go grab it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Back in a second.
He trust me, he bought enough to share. You'll all get a slice. Just knock on his door. Exactly. Don't ever feel guilty about what you like. We were actually discussing this the other day on Sean Urshan's Hey Dave. We were discussing it on Sean Urshan's Hammer thing. One of the ones I do feel guilty about enjoying, I really enjoy Christopher Lee in the Fu Manchu movies because they're, of course, terribly racist, but I love Christopher Lee as an all-powerful megalomaniac. So that one to me is guilty. Yeah, the House of Wax remake had a good soundtrack. Hey, Calvin. And you ought to see the pizza that Ben's going to come in with. You're really going to want some. He does this every Saturday and gets either deep dish or New York style. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's a Crystal Lake hat. And then underneath, it's got Jason Lives, which, of course, I'm upside down here. Sorry, my camera's backwards, and I never get used to it. Yeah, there's Jason Lives.
All right, here we go. Went New York style sausage. Classic. What did I miss?
Give him a slice. And Larry said no anchovies on his.
No anchovies? Yeah, fuck anchovies. I want to hear a bad joke about pizza. Or just a joke, I should say. Oh, geez. I should have finished that whole sentence before I said anything, you son of a... Later, Sean. And yeah, for some reason, the tradition is Saturday night stream equals pizza for me. So yeah, everyone needs to order pizzas. Yeah. So what were you talking about while I was gone?
Mostly your pizza that we wanted.
Oh yeah.
But also guilty pleasures, how you shouldn't feel guilty about them, and that the only one that I actually feel guilty about liking is that I like the Christopher Lee Fu Manchu ones because I love him as a power mad megalomaniac. But of course, they're racist films, so yeah. That's where I feel guilty about liking them.
Yeah, I would say I can't really think of what I would consider to be an actual guilty pleasure. But I mean, there's a lot. I guess guilty pleasure just means a movie that sucks that you like, and there are plenty of those for me. Yeah, plenty of those.
Oh, hey, Jason.
I always think of. Oh, hey, Jason, how you doing? Yeah, pizza is awesome. Hot wings, okay.
Larry, do hot wings come in your heat level? Because you drink that sauce straight from the bottle sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like he's got like a nice collection of hot sauces to choose from for his wings.
Yeah, I was thinking that he could order wings and tell them not to sauce them because he'll just do it himself when they get there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, when he makes them.
Calvin likes the Evil Bong series. Have you seen any of those?
No, but I believe back in high school there was, I want to say, a movie called Gonjosaurus Rex, or maybe it's just Gonjosaur. I can't remember, but I mean, obviously I was high as fuck when I watched it, but I had made I had ceramics class in high school, and we were supposed to make a cookie jar. This is back, I've been sober a lot of years, guys, but this is back before I was sober. And so I made this Godzilla cookie jar, except it was a bong, and I just pretended like I accidentally made the top a little too small to fit your hand in. And I just put a thin layer of ceramic over the carb and the bowl. But it was a Godzilla, and the top for the cookie jar was a top hat. So it was Godzilla with a top hat. And me and my friends named it Gonjosaurus Rex. Boom. Long ass story. Very little payoff. You're welcome. Ben Grimm in the house.
Hey, Ben. I was wondering about the new spinoff. I enjoyed Puppet Master Littlest Reich. That was fun, but I haven't seen the new Blade spinoff.
I didn't really know there was one, you know. I mean, it's like his whole standalone movie.
Of course, I'm biased on Littlest Reich. I have a friend who's in the movie, so.
Oh, who is that?
Mary Kate O'Donnell, and she is she has a few lines. She plays one half of a Jewish couple that's in the hotel.
Okay.
And she gets to be one of the victims, of course.
Nice. Yeah, Craig was saying I guess this is guilty pleasures. Because you were talking about the race stuff. Clown House and Jeepers Creepers. Just not for Craig, based on the director.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
It is hard to separate the art from the artist sometimes. But there's so many like giant pieces of shit in the industry that there's got to be like some asshole involved with something. I mean, maybe not to that level because that's like his sort of like thing, but.
Well, I mean, like Harvey Weinstein, are you not going to watch any of the Tarantino films?
Or The Burning, right?
But yeah, I mean, he was the pedophile was definitely more responsible for Clown House and Jeepers Creepers. I find movies to be a little bit more difficult because if it's a book and it's the author that's problematic, then yeah, I have no problem, because book, you do have plenty of people supporting you, but it is the author's work. But in movies, is it the director? Is it the star? Is it the producer?
Exactly. I mean, those are giant. Modern movies are these giant productions that employ like hundreds of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thousands if you have digital work done.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to say. Yeah, Roman Polanski, exactly.
Yeah, Roman Polanski.
I mean, I love Rosemary's Baby, but that guy, I don't know, has been like wanted for the rape of a 14-year-old or something, rape and sodomy of a 14-year-old for like decades. So yeah, it's hard to separate that shit.
Yeah.
And now with the Me Too movement, a lot of this stuff is like coming out about these sort of like people like Kevin Spacey and like all these other people, you know what I mean? It's just like I still love Seven, even if Kevin Spacey like tried to get it on with a 14-year-old or whatever. Yeah, Jen's agreeing with Seth about Roman Polanski. I mean, they're great fucking movies. I mean, he's a piece of shit, and they're great movies. It's hard to like. It's hard to navigate that with your mind, but yeah, it is a shame.
Basically, I have trouble separating it. So generally, the way I do it is if I haven't already seen the film, I won't bother seeing the film.
Yeah.
But if you've already seen it and it's one of your favorites, do you not watch it anymore?
Well, there was like a short film project called Labor Day 7, sort of like a mockumentary about a slasher killer. And it was made, but I think they were trying to make a full-length feature of it. And so they were doing crowdfunding and stuff. And the guy whose whole project it was, turns out, was a registered sex offender. I think I don't know all the details, but I think it was for pedophile-related stuff. So, yeah, that movie, that whole project's gotten a lot of backlash. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that were, just horror-loving people that were involved in it and passionate about it, and that guy just wasn't honest with anyone, so it kind of fucked everything up.
Yeah. Hey, Queenie.
Hey, Queenie. Hey, Dave. How you guys doing? Yeah. I don't know. We just started talking about some crazy-ass shit.
Oh, thanks, James.
Oh, yeah. That is awesome. I like that. Great colors on that too. Clown House, yeah. I watched Clown House for the first time not too long ago, and it was just out of curiosity because it's one of these movies that I've heard a lot of people say good shit about,
Yeah.
even though it's has controversy around it, and I was just curious to check it out, so I did. Um, wasn't super great, you know. I mean, if you're wondering if it's like worth watching, you know, even though whatever there's like controversy around the filmmaker, not particularly. I don't even know why people all like were giving it so much praise, but um,
I haven't seen it.
yeah, this is just getting cold. Quilted's all up in my shit here. You want to say hi, Quilted?
Hey, Quilted.
There you go.
Who's a good dog?
She's like slowly trying to creep up into my face so that she can eat the pizza that is right over here. Yeah, Dave Maggot saying Victor Salva is a crap director. I really did like the first Jeepers Creepers, and actually part two not too bad either. Personally, I don't know. I thought the first. What do you say?
Yeah, I like Jeepers Creepers. Is a really. I thought it was a really good horror film. Jeepers Creepers 2 is more in the nature of a fun horror film.
Yeah, definitely not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I saw both of those and really liked them long before I heard what he had done.
I didn't hear what he had done until a year or two ago. Like I had no idea. So you know, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, I was all about those for a long time. And then part 3 came out, and I thought it sucked assholes. Like legitimately a terrible film.
It was a string of scenes to bridge the films. That was, you know, and he just slapped it together and called it a movie and said, you know, give me the money.
It's one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's one of those. It's one of those movies that I had been waiting for years to see. You know, because I liked the first two, and I kept hearing about Jeepers Creepers 3 and kept checking like upcoming horror movies, the website, and like, oh, when's it supposed to come out, and looking for news and stuff. So it was a big disappointment when it finally came out.
James wants to know if you've heard of George Romero's last novel, The Living Dead.
I haven't. Have you?
No, they just I mean, other than what James has said, that they just finished it with Daniel Krause filling in the missing parts. But George Romero's last film is also being shopped around now, the amusement park. So we get an unknown George Romero film coming up.
Okay. Yeah, Larry's saying he made the mistake of watching the director's cut of the Serbian movie. I actually have never seen that movie. I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about that movie? Talk about controversial.
I don't know. I've not seen it. I mean, I can't imagine. Honestly, I can't imagine spending my money on it because there's always so many other horror movies I don't have and haven't seen. That said, if I had a copy, would I watch it? Yeah, probably. But I've never seen it, and I hesitate to ask what the difference is between the regular version and the director's cut.
Well, I know there's like a screener version, which is the actual like all the way unrated cut. I heard like Rick talking about it on Instagram. Rick of Us Only fame. So yeah, and Jen's reviews from the grave. She loves that movie. Even she likes the hardcore shit. And from all accounts, it's a pretty well made film. It just has some vile ass shit in it. So I am sort of curious to check it out. But
yeah, that's Rick's main focus. He likes that vile stuff. And
Yeah, that's a
he doesn't like
wheelhouse.
he doesn't like the tamer stuff. Um,
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, Horrorman saying he has a
you know,
screener. What did you? Oh, okay. He's trying to
yeah,
get a copy of
Jen,
it.
Jen says she really liked it. So I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment. James asks if we're looking forward to Peninsula, the sequel for Train to Busan, and
Yeah,
I'm really psyched for that. I'd love to see it in a theater, but that doesn't look like it's happening.
yeah. I think. Uh, I love the first movie. The first movie. Later, Dylan. By the way, have a good night. The first movie was like emotional. You know what I mean? It had like it pulled on the heartstrings for a horror movie. That's pretty good. I thought. So I love that movie for that. Um, but I don't think the second one. I don't know if it's going to be able to have that same pull. Just from watching the trailer, it seemed like it was going to be a little more action horror focused.
A little more World War Z like.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm still very much looking forward to it. I love Korean films, man. Those guys know what they're doing
yeah,
for sure. I'm sure there's a shitload of like shitty Korean movies, but I haven't seen them. I've seen the good ones, and the good ones are really good. So I was just talking last night about Old Boy and the
yeah,
American remake because I've never seen the American remake, but I heard it was. I was talking to Laura, and she was saying that it was good. Um, or that she liked it at least. What did
I,
you think? Have you seen it?
I thought the American remake was okay, um, but so much of Old Boy uh, is really Korea centric.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, certainly anybody who hates to read subtitles, by all means, see the American version. But I like the Korean version. I like the Korean version better.
I can see that.
Yeah, and Al says Korean films go hard on the emotional content, and they sure do. Have you seen the other two? Um, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance and Lady Vengeance?
You're asking me that?
Yeah, yeah. Have you
Yes.
seen those?
I have seen them, but not for a long time. And in fact, I think I want to say it was Arrow. I was looking at all these Arrow uh, releases last night, and I think they had the trilogy, the Vengeance trilogy, that they did like a set for that I was looking at. But it has been a lot of years actually, and I don't the two other ones sort of blend in my mind as sort of being the same film. I can't like differentiate the differences, you know, which one is which. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that when you have like a foreign movie and then you have like an American remake of it, um, it's pretty curious to see. Like I watched I got that Ring set, right? So
Yeah,
I watched the Japanese Ring for the first time. And I prefer the American one after watching it.
you preferred it
But I
more of an explanation because the Japanese one has less of an explanation as to why it's happening.
definitely less of an explanation, um, but also less sort of character development. I thought, you know, I just sort of like, and maybe it's just I don't know. It's like a half hour shorter or something, you know. So there's just a little less meat there on the bone. It's much more pared down. And I also like the way that the twist is sort of like executed in the American version a little more. It has a little more impact, you know, than just sort of like her realizing, oh, this is why, and then I'm gonna, you know. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. I prefer the American one of that, but like let me in versus let the right one in. I prefer the original version of that.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I don't find the American version bad.
the American version wasn't bad. The big difference for me was the American version felt more sinister. So I think if that appeals to you, like, um, Chloe Grace Moretz's character felt more sinister than I don't know the actress name from the original. But that one felt a little more like kind of like a coming of age story, and this one felt a little more like I don't know, horror movie to me. So I can see like why people would prefer the American over that one, but I loved the original. Let the Right One In.
Me too. I just know a lot of people don't like to read the subtitles, that it takes them out of the movie.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean I'm happy to read subtitles. And if you cut yourself off, and if you're only going to watch American and British films, or basically English language films, you're missing a lot.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, James says Japan and Korean films are mostly excellent, or horror films, I should say.
I don't know that there
Um,
are, but the ones that come over here are. I feel it's
yeah,
like the cream of the crop. When you get an international horror film over here, you're probably getting the best.
yeah. James also says One Cut of the Dead was awesome. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
The one of the funnest movies I've watched in a long time. Um, Absolutely loved it, and I've been recommending it to everyone since. Um, oh, hey Hobbs, how you doing?
Yeah, that's one
Hey
of my
Dave Mack.
common recommendations is one cut of the dead. And I tell people, if you feel like turning it off, please stay through the first act.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's man, that movie was like just so much fun.
Yeah.
I just hadn't watched a movie and had that much fun in so long. Um, I loved it, and when I watched it, I really needed it because I was feeling like a little bit down, you know. So
And that's
uh,
definitely an upbeat one.
yeah, I loved it. It's like an uplifting movie for some reason, even though it doesn't have like that kind of uplifting content. Just the whole execution of it makes you feel good. Um, yeah, James agrees with me on the Let the Right One In. Um, yeah, I'll say 90% of what he watches is subtitled. I
Oh,
don't have a problem with subtitles. Um, for Kung Fu though, movies and Godzilla movies, actually, I prefer English dub. It just works better for me, man. It makes me smile more.
yeah.
Uh, so you know, if I have the choice to watch a Godzilla movie in the original Japanese with English subtitles, except for maybe like Shin Godzilla, which has a little more, or the first 54 Godzilla. With all the other ones, yeah, I'm all about the English dub, 100%. Oh, hey Kevin, how you doing? That's Central in the house. I'm doing about one. Okay, Sadako versus Kyoko. That is on Shutter. I haven't watched it though.
It's
Banger
it's
says he
just
liked it.
fun to see the two of them in a movie, but
That one said it was more like a horror comedy though. Does that seem right?
it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I want to watch the rest of these. Have you seen Spiral, Mark? By the way.
Spiral, no. In the Ring box set,
Yeah.
no, I haven't seen that one.
For some reason, yeah. So there's two Ring sequels, and both of them are in the box set. And one of them is supposed to really suck more than the other one that was Spiral. And then the Ring 2 was basically those filmmakers like doing a better sequel of it. But I don't know if you had seen it. I was curious.
No. I need to pick up that box set, but again, I have a stack of stacks and stacks of films that I haven't watched. So,
Um, yeah, Yummy. I watched that last night. Fell asleep though during it, not because the movie was boring, but because I started at like 4 in the morning. um, so yeah, fell asleep during that, but it looked promising. It's like a zombie movie with a sense of humor, I would say, but looked like there was some pretty good gore effects. Oh, Dave's got Lindsay Lohan style exhaustion. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Someone check that guy into rehab. Yeah, I think, I don't mind the subtitles, but sometimes it will take you out. Like, if it's something like anime, I'm definitely would rather watch in English or watch it without subtitles because it's such a visual medium. You know what I mean? To me,
Yeah.
that's like the main thing is the sort of artistic representation on the screen. So yeah, kind of hard to say, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Did you watch the History of Horror
I
series on
did.
Shudder?
Yeah, I did. I didn't like it as much as a lot of people did. I didn't feel it went. I thought it was very superficial. That it didn't cover much of anything in depth. But I enjoy a good clip show at any rate. And it was on Shudder. So
Is that what it was? Just sort of like a clip show of him running through some movies?
yeah.
I do like Eli Roth. Do you know? Is he working on any projects currently that you know about, Mark?
Not that I'm aware of.
From as far as direction goes.
Yeah,
Sure
no. Since Green Inferno, I haven't seen anything from him.
Did you like that movie?
I did. I thought it was a good throwback to the Italian cannibal films. I'm not a big fan of the Italian cannibal films, but oh yeah, I'm sorry, and I forgot. Since Green Inferno, yeah, he did Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves, which got widely panned, but I really enjoyed it. And he did the new Death Wish, which I didn't watch, and The House with a Clock in its Walls.
Also, I didn't watch it. I saw the new Death Wish. I think he's probably better when he's doing straight horror, personally. I thought it was such a weird choice to do like a Cabin Fever remake. It's like shot for shot.
It wasn't that long ago that the original Cabin Fever was released.
Yeah. So, like really weird. Like there's like absolutely no reason to do a shot for shot remake of it. If you want to do like a reimagining, more power to you. But man, what a weird choice.
Yeah, that was bizarre. But I loved the original Cabin Fever.
I did too.
That he made. I thought that. In fact, that's probably my favorite Eli Roth film.
Yeah, I would say that. The sequel I thought was almost unwatchable, but I did like the prequel one, actually, kind of.
Yeah. Same thing. And Ty West, who did the sequel, complained pretty bitterly before the movie came out that they took it away from him. So that studio took it away from him.
Yeah. I mean, something happened for sure, because it turned out like shit. And Ty West is not a guy that makes really shitty movies. Ben Grimm saying he's working on directing a movie based on a popular game. I don't know what game though.
Oh, Borderlands.
Oh, he's doing a Borderlands movie? Okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah, in the chat. I didn't quite get down there. I liked Green Inferno. And I wish that the cannibal movies didn't have a lot of like
the animal cruelty, right?
Animal cruelty stuff. Because Cannibal Holocaust is like a really interesting film. It's a good movie, I think, as far as like what it did. It's like gory as fuck. It sort of was like one of the first found footage movies, right? So I don't know. There's some interesting stuff going for it, but it's really tainted to me. And yeah, I don't know. I like that concept I like the cannibal concept, and I wish that I could watch those movies without seeing a bunch of animals getting murdered for entertainment, basically,
Well,
or shock.
one of the disc versions, I forget which one, offers you the ability to watch it without the animal cruelty parts.
Yeah, that's the Grindhouse release Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
And I rewatched that just the other night. That's the only way I've ever seen it, is with the animal cruelty free version of it. And it's a good movie. It's like, I like that movie a lot, and when it's done like that. So I don't know. It's a shame, but Green Inferno, like I said, didn't have any of that, so it was I liked it, but it was a little on the goofier side as well. I'll say, but I liked it. I don't know. Hey Glenn, how you doing? Glenn's in the house now. Danny's in the house. Trash Stash. Calvin A is saying Haunt was really good. I agree with that. I liked Haunt.
I enjoyed that as well. Yeah.
I'd love to see a sequel to that, but like a prequel sequel. I want to find out more about that group that was running the Haunt. You know what I mean? That was interesting to me. I don't want to talk too much about it in case people haven't seen it. Yeah, I feel like there's some, I don't know. There's some interesting stuff there that I'd like to see more about that troop of people. Yeah, I agree. I liked it. Let's see. Dave has 3 concepts for the Groundhog sequel. Okay. I'll be interested to watch that. Yeah, Power Ties. That was funny. Let's see. Danny did not like Hostel, but hasn't watched it since it came out. I watched Hostel with a friend, one of my only actual physical friends in in real life that likes horror movies. We went and saw Hostel. We had went to see Hills Have Eyes remake when that came out. Mm-hmm. And then the next movie we saw together in the theater was Hostel. We both loved the Hills Have Eyes remake.
Yeah.
When we saw the Hostel, I liked it a lot, and he absolutely hated it. So I don't know. It was interesting to me. I was like, "Oh, you hated that?" Huh. And now it's sort of a little bit of a polarizing film, I think. Though I think, go on.
I'll say that I hate the theatrical ending to that one. I think it's a cop-out. I love the original ending, which is on some of the discs for Hostel.
What is the theatrical ending?
The theatrical ending, if I'm recalling correctly, the non-theatrical ending, he takes the appropriate revenge on the guy's kid. In the theatrical ending, he takes his revenge on the guy. I forget exactly how it ends.
One of them ends with him murdering a dude in the bathroom stall, salad fingers.
Yeah. That's the theatrical.
Okay, I have the unrated DVD release, and I think it has that same ending. I could be wrong. So maybe I haven't seen the other ending. I don't know. I don't know which version has that alternate ending. Dave says he does not like Hostel 2, and I liked Hostel 2. I like that female character. I like a strong female protagonist. You know what I mean? So I like that
one. Here you go. In the director's cut for Hostel, Paxton kidnaps the Dutch businessman's, the fingers guy, a Dutch businessman's daughter instead of killing him. After finding her teddy bear in the restroom she was supposed to be in, the Dutch businessman searches for his missing daughter, unaware that Paxton's train has just left.
Okay. I don't know that if I've seen that version.
Apparently, audiences didn't like it because it's a really dirty ending, because you've got someone who's innocent, the daughter, meeting presumably a terrible fate. But it's more appropriate to what was going on with the story. It's a more appropriate revenge.
Yeah, I think. How about Hostel 3? Did you see that one?
I want to say yes, but a while back I went looking for it and I didn't see it. I don't see it in my collection. That's one that takes place in Vegas, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I have seen it. I just somewhere my disc has disappeared.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen it since it came out. I remember thinking like, oh, this like direct to DVD sequel, is just gonna suck so hard because I had seen Cabin Fever 2 at that point, and I was like, oh, gross, man. This is just gonna be one of those. They're gonna like ruin everything. And it was a lot better than I thought it had any right to be, as I recall, though I don't recall too closely. Yeah. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Papa Juke in the house.
Hey, Mark.
Dave agrees with me. Yeah, part 3 is a decent watch. I'd like to see it again though, because it's been years since it came out.
That's why I couldn't find it. I was trying to find it to watch. I don't know, some months ago, and didn't see it.
And it could be like, it could be one of these things like expectations when you are watching a film is like everything. So I expected it to be absolute dog shit. To quote the great Craig of Scream or what, I'm not sure what his channel is called currently. But yeah, I watched it and it was better than I thought it was going to be. So maybe it just like mentally, it still could be a terrible movie. I don't know, to be honest with you.
Well, my favorite example for expectation was I went to go see the remake of Evil Dead. And I was having, of course, grown up on Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. I was expecting a fun romp, and it's not. There's almost no sense of humor to the new Evil Dead, and so I didn't like it the first time I watched it. But when I watched it the second time, I loved it because it's a great horror film. It just doesn't have a sense of humor.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
So
absolutely awesome.
Expectations made a big difference.
Yeah, I think I've been hearing stuff about a new Evil Dead movie coming out. Have you heard much about that?
Yeah. They just announced a title change recently, but I forget what it was. It was from Evil Dead something to Evil Dead something else. But
yeah, I was listening to a podcast earlier. I can't remember what it was called, but it was not a super inspiring name. Can't remember what it was, to be honest. Evil Dead Now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Okay. I can see that. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I guess there's going to be no Ash. And I heard there's going to be a female protagonist, which I think could work pretty well. Because as I was mentioning earlier, I like a strong female protagonist. But I think it'll also get a lot of backlash because people seem to hate movies that appear to be like too woke or something. So I'm not sure. We'll see.
I'll go.
I don't.
Yeah. You print an Evil Dead movie, I'll go see it. You make a Halloween movie, I'll go see it.
I'm going to see it for sure either way. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, the Evil Dead remake. I wasn't expecting too much because you never know with remakes, man. They're either like absolute shit or they're fucking amazing. I guess there's some that are mediocre, but you know,
remember those.
Yeah, exactly. Those are like, no. So I didn't expect much, and I was like really impressed with it. I loved it, man. I thought it was really well done. Of course, totally different in tone from all the other Evil Dead movies, but yeah, I liked it a lot.
Me too. I like Fede Alvarez, the director. I love Don't Breathe that he did after that. So I'd love to see him do more horror.
I heard that because a lot of people always ask him like, "Are you gonna do a Evil Dead remake or a remake sequel?" And I heard him say that he was more likely to do a Don't Breathe sequel, and that they were developing one. I don't know what happened to that, but that'd be an interesting sequel.
Yeah.
That movie was Fede Alvarez, man. He's like in my radar. Like I want to know what that guy's working on next. Let's see what's going on in this chat. Is Walmart killing it? Walmart is a store that is not in the San Francisco Bay Area, really. Surprisingly enough, I mean, San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, not a Walmart to be had. I think you have to go out like to Hayward or something before you can, or Walnut Creek before you can find one. So I never go to Walmart.
They're stocking Scream Factory titles at really good prices. So
At Walmart?
yeah, Walmart, they made a nice deal. Walmart's resetting their movie section, so some of them don't have it yet. But yeah, they're selling for $12 and $15. So
Larry was asking about the Evil Dead musical. I remember seeing a Facebook ad for the musical because it was playing in San Francisco around Halloween time. But I don't know too much about it. It's hard to say that movie. Like, if those movies don't have like someone attached to it that I'm really interested in, like if Bruce Campbell was doing the musical or something, or like, the filmmakers were involved in it, I guess I'm just not a big musical guy. I don't know. I don't really get into them too much.
Cody has the Evil Dead musical. I haven't asked him how it is. Hobbs wants to see your pizza. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's because it's just me and Mark right now. Cody hasn't come along, and neither has John. My pizza's just been getting cold because I don't want to be like, I don't want to be taking too much time chewing in the background. But speaking of musicals, how do you feel about musicals, Mark? I want you while you're talking about it.
No, I could take or leave musicals. Of course, I did the college thing 30 some odd years ago now, and saw Rocky Horror for dozens of times in the live the Shadowcast show. But yeah, musicals. I'm not a big fan of musicals. Have you guys seen that music that's being funded? It was on Martin's Facebook. It's a music that has aliens, and it's called Aliena the Musical. Huh. Hobbs, no, I haven't seen that, but I'll have to go take a look at Martin's Facebook page.
I have not been on Facebook so much lately. So I'm probably a bit behind there, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I try to stay off of Facebook mostly, but I know a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine only communicate that way, so I do pop in every now and
then. Let's see. Hobbs is asking if we've seen. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors was great. I love that shit.
I do love that, and that's another one where the director's cut the director's cut ending is way better than the regular ending. So
I don't know that I've seen the director's cut of that. I saw it in the theater, and I saw it on VHS afterwards, but I have not seen like it since.
They cut one song from the play. Basically, the difference in the endings is that they cut the ending short. The real ending is that Audrey wins. Audrey 2 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, have you seen Stage Fright? Is that what it's called? The musical one with Meatloaf?
No, I don't think I haven't seen that one.
That one was like a musical horror comedy musical with a heavy metal based killer. And I really wanted to like it, but the musicalness of it was a little too much for me. Not gonna lie. Um, yeah, Repo. I have not seen Repo, the genetic opera. I've heard some good stuff about it.
I wanted to like Repo the Genetic Opera, but I didn't. I just couldn't get into it. And I watch a fair number of musicals because my wife loves them.
Growing up, my brother loved musicals. So when I was a kid, I heard a lot of musical stuff, just because that's what my brother was listening to. And there's been a few a few crossovers over the years, like One Night in Bangkok from the Chess soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
That was like became a pop hit. Um, but yeah, musicals, man, they're hard. I've heard a lot of people really like uh, the genetic opera one, Repo.
Oh, I will say I love the musical episode in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Once More with Feeling. That's hilarious.
I feel did like Supernatural also do a musical version? I feel like they did too.
I would not be surprised. They went through 15 seasons. I lost track of the number of seasons of Supernatural. I think I gave up around 11 or 12. You know, the third or fourth time that one of the brothers dies and comes back to life.
Yeah, right. Goes to hell and then comes back.
Right. Yeah.
I'm in about the same boat as you, to be honest, as far as that goes. I have not watched it for many years, but it was a fun show. I like that sort of Monster of the Week style show too. So, you know,
yeah. The brothers are likable. The whole cast is likable. It suffers from one of the absolutely terrible tropes of the CW, which is that you have a bunch of people, and if somebody dies in the show and they are old, they stay dead. But if they die and they're young, they come back to life later.
Okay.
And that's just a constant CW trope in the DC shows, in Supernatural. It made me stop watching that Vampire Diaries.
Okay. Yeah, I never saw any of that.
If everybody can come back to life after they die, where's the drama in the film?
Yeah. It's not there. Dave Maggot has confirmed Supernatural has in fact done a musical episode.
Made him cry like a baby. Dave, I'm going to have to watch that.
I don't know if those were tears of joy or tears of sadness or tears of frustration, or possibly they just gave him allergies. I'm not sure. But James Guthrie asks, if we lived on a desert island and could only have one horror film, what would you pick?
Oh, God, one would be horrible. But it would, yeah.
Thing.
It'd be the Thing.
I always say...
Go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, I always say my favorite horror movie is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But that's not the one I would choose. Up there towards the top of the list are Sleepaway Camp, Castle Freak. But the one I would choose, I think, is Creepshow. Just because that one, every time I watch it, it just feels like I'm hanging out with an old friend. I don't know why. But
I watched it again for Father's Day.
Yeah, me too, actually. I watched that and then Frailty as well.
Oh, Frailty. One I recommend to people too that a lot of people have missed, and it's a really good film.
I have it on DVD and I hadn't watched it since I picked it up. So that was a while ago. But yeah.
Day of the Dead's a good one, James.
Yeah, love that movie. That's my favorite Romero zombie movie. This is Day of the Dead for me. I know most people are dawn or night, mostly dawn. True Blood was an amazing series. I like True Blood, actually. True Blood. True Blood, though, for me is one that kind of suffered from what a lot of American series suffers from, and that's like it just keeps going on a little too long. You know what I mean? It's just like they should have had like a story arc and then just concluded before it got too. Which,
Dexter.
yeah, yeah. Dexter was the absolute worst finale I've ever seen. I think like the it's like where one episode can just like taint an entire series. Even though I love Dexter, I loved almost every season of Dexter too. But yeah, that ending, man, oof, that was rough, really rough. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Breaking Bad did it right.
Yeah, I think they went out on a good note.
Yeah, you got a story arc. It's this many seasons. You stick to it. You tell the story, and it's fucking amazing. Boom, done. Breaking Bad, and the pop it in the history, the annals of history, is one of the best series ever. But yeah. Oh, Renowned Zombie in the house. Hello, Renowned Zombie. Frailty is an amazing movie. Yeah, so Renowned Zombie did a post on Slasher app not too long ago asking about father-related horror movies. And so I think Frailty was mentioned in the comments, so that was one of the reasons why I rewatched it again. Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know. It's hard to say. Frailty was good, man. Bill Paxton lost that guy way too soon.
Yeah. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, dude. So bad. So bad that we lost him. I can't, like, I'm sure that guy's done a bunch of movies that sucked and stuff, but in my mind, like, every performance of his was in a movie that I like. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's done some bad stuff, but I don't know what it was. Let's see. Yeah, Breaking Bad was perfection. I concur. Yeah, Sopranos had the worst endings ever, says Larry. I don't know. I've seen worse. Dexter was worse. I think Dexter was like pretty bad. I mean, fuck, man. How do you fuck Dexter?
Dexter set the bar for bad endings.
I mean, he should have either. Oh God, those fuckers, man. Like
they wanted to leave it open so it was a cash cow, so they could bring him back again in another series.
For what though? I mean, that's a whole series where you have to have it end with him getting caught or dying or something. Instead, you have like his sister. Well, spoilers if you haven't seen it. I don't know how many years ago it came out. You have his sister die in a really bizarre, weird, like all of a sudden, like, oh, by the way.
Yeah, out of left field. I mean, it's just
everything was just like handled so poorly there. Gross, man. That was a big bummer because I really liked that show and I was really hoping to see how it was going to go.
Yeah, I think we titled the stream spoilers tonight with as many endings as we're discussing.
Yeah, exactly. Ben Grimm, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, that's Father Base for sure. Spoiler alert. Sorry about that. Let's see. Walking Dead Junkie. I still like The Walking Dead. I'm a half a season behind on that though. First season of True Detective was fucking awesome. I thought. Loved it. Haven't seen any of the subsequent ones, to be honest. Yeah, Danny's never seen a bad Bill Paxton movie. That is true. Simple Plan. That's a good, that's
a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah, good thriller with him in it. Oh yeah, the Lost ending did kind of suck, Ben Grimm, I think. I mean, that was a movie or a show where, yeah, it went on a little too long. And I feel like J.J. Abrams, in the early part of the season, when they're establishing all this weird shit, and then you're like, what's this smoke monster? What's all that? Oh, what's going on here? And he's like saying, "Oh, there is a definite story arc here. We have this all blueprinted out." And then towards the end of the thing, you're like, "Dude, you did not, you son of a bitch."
Yep.
I mean, yeah,
Up as you go.
yeah. First couple seasons of that, man, I was into it. I really liked it. That was like first couple seasons of Lost was out when Blockbuster was still around, and I remember going to rent like the discs of the seasons, because I was catching up. I didn't watch it for the first 3 or 4 seasons or something when it was on in real time. And so this was like back before you could binge shit. So I'd like have to go walk over to the Blockbuster, rent a few discs, and then I'd be like, "Oh god damn it, I should have rented more of these discs." So I did a lot of trips.
Queenie didn't like the Penny Dreadful ending.
I never saw that last season. I think I only saw the first season of that, and it was interesting setup. But all right, H&S. So Cody in the house. What's up, Cody?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Yeah, next week TV shows that drop the ball on their ending.
Oh, Dexter.
Yeah, that's what we're picking.
Yeah,
that's the first one. That's the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, I think like yeah, that was such a bummer. Let's see. Yeah, did you watch Penny Dreadful?
No.
Yeah.
I did. I watched like that. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. I watched that first season. I liked it. It set up like a whole bunch of things, There was like all these horror tropes sort of like mashed into this one thing. So I was curious, but I didn't actually end up watching it.
Yeah, you called a bunch of classic horror monsters, so of course that was right up my alley.
Yeah. Yeah, Brad Bronco Juggalo in the house. What's up, Brad?
Hey, Brad.
Now Brad is a big Sopranos fan, so I don't know. Did you like the ending? Bronco Juggalo talks movies of Sopranos. 3 from Hell, by the way, guys. There were some good performances in it. I was pretty disappointed with that movie, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I really wanted to like it too, but I know a lot of people liked it. Cody, have you seen 3 from the Grave or
3 from Hell?
3 from Hell yet?
The first half hour. I need to go finish it. One of my subscribers sent me the digital code for it. Hey, Glenn. Maybe you know what I'm doing wrong. I don't see where I can type in the chat to everybody.
You can't stop reading it.
Oh, I can't?
You can do it by being on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just open a second window with the stream in it.
Yeah.
And then turn the sound off on the YouTube stream.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's a crazy echo that blows my mind. Kevin's back. Yeah, Ben Grimm also didn't like 3 from Hell. But I know Brad, I think, loved 3 from Hell, if I'm not mistaken. Mark, what did you think of 3 from Hell?
I didn't see it, but this wasn't one where I accidentally haven't seen it. I am not a fan of Rob Zombie. I think he loves horror, and I really appreciate him because he does love horror. I don't care for his movies. It's the same ugly characters movie after movie.
I watched the first half hour, and it made me think that I need to go back and try to watch the other 2 and then finish 3 from Hell. I need to give him a chance again. But you know how I feel, Mark. I feel exactly like you're saying. It's always the characters are just so.
I would say I like some Rob Zombie movies quite a bit. Some of them I don't like at all. I liked House of a Thousand Corpses, and I liked The Devil's Rejects. Um, I like what The Devil's Rejects did, which was like when you're watching it, it takes these like the antagonists, right, which are the Firefly family, and then through the course of the movie turns them into like the protagonists. You know what I mean? The heroes in the film. I liked that approach to it. And then the third one just fell completely flat for me. But I guess what you're gonna do. And Dave Maggot. So Lords of Salem, I have not seen since it came out. It gets a lot of like love. A lot of people saying like, "Oh, this is like a big underrated movie." Would like to give it another watch, but I didn't love it. I thought the pacing of that one was pretty slow for me, but I just might not have been in the right mood to watch it. Craig from Scream Screen, by the way, has a Lords of Salem tattoo on him, so he loves it.
Well,
I never saw.
I certainly approve. I certainly approve of horror tattoos.
Wait, what is that one? Oh yeah, there you go.
I hate the backwards camera.
I can see it. You got the xenomorph and the face hugger.
Speaking of Alien, Ben, I showed Mark, but check out what I got today.
Whoa.
It's the big chap.
Oh yeah.
Sorry for the glare there, but I'll have a video up of him by Friday. I hope he's got what? There's a base and an egg and a face hugger and the baby alien. What do you call that stage?
Little feller. Oh, little chap.
The little
L-I-L.
chap. Yeah.
Chap, yeah.
Face hugger, chest burster.
Chest burster. That's it.
Yeah, or AKA little chap.
And then I found these two. I couldn't pass them up.
Whoa.
There's Mini-Me.
Or Mini-Me.
Mini-Me in his spacesuit. Dr. Evil.
Aw.
And even though I don't care for him that much, Austin, I like all the other characters. And then Fat Bastard in his sumo outfit. we got out today. We went out for a little while, me and Sam, and we hit the disc replay. I sold that stack of movies I sent you a picture of, Mark.
Oh, cool.
And then I got a couple things there, and then we went over to the toy store for a few, and then we went and bought some mulch and got Five Guys and came on home. So
Five Guys.
it was good too.
I think that's what I'm going to do for my birthday tomorrow. I'm going to go to Five Guys.
How was your shindig today?
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
I showed them a picture of the alien egg cake at the beginning of the stream.
Where did they get that? Did you have a friend make that, or?
Yeah, we have a friend who owns a French bakery.
Wow.
And Lindsay made that for us. So next year, I think Jen's going to get me the Father's Day cake from Creepshow.
Like I said, that's the one I want because there'd be extra icing on it.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So Brad was saying that they did that switch from the Devil's Rejects from antagonist to protagonist with a piece of music. I thought it happened earlier, back when like William Forsythe or whatever was like torturing them. You know what I mean? Al said he didn't buy it from them's fighting words.
Oh, it's Dave. It's Dave's birthday. Hey, Dave!
What?
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
What? See, that's why I need to go back on Facebook so I can see everyone's birthdays. Happy birthday, Dave.
Excuse me. his birthday in an hour, he says.
Damn, at 9 o'clock? That's weird. I'm just kidding. I know he's on the East Coast. Yeah, man. Yeah, Dave says it's his birthday in Australia. It was like your birthday like a week or two ago, I think, in Australia. However that works. It's so confusing. They're in a time warp.
Yeah,
But yeah.
They're ahead of us, right? So it's like middle of the day Sunday for them.
Mm-hmm.
They are. I had been getting catfished on Instagram, by the way, and so it was this girl. Well, I mean, it was a person who claimed to be a girl who has a lot of pictures online under a different name, and honestly, I never bought the bullshit at all, not even a little bit, but so I kept pushing for like a video call. And then I finally said, "Oh, just take a picture that says." I don't know how far deep into this I want to get, but for some reason,
I love you, Ben Dave. Is that what it said?
It was Ben Mike, because for
Ben
some
Mike.
reason she like asked me what my last name was, and I didn't tell her, so she just made one up. And I was like, well,
I was thinking of Kevin Smith, and tell him Steve Dave.
You know what I think it was though? Mike Hatfill, horror dude here on YouTube. I follow him on Instagram as well. He was a common person, so we were both following Mike Hatfill. So I don't know if she just said, "Oh, Ben Mike" or whatever. Who knows?
Okay.
Fucking weird. But anyway, to prove that she was who she says she is, I said, "Send me a picture with a note, holding a note saying, 'I love you, Ben Mike.'" And so she sent one, this super low res image with a terribly photoshopped note in her hand with a font that looked awful, not like handwriting at all. Right. And then Al from Them's Fighting Words located that picture on some single site or something from a year ago. And so I was like, well, that's these identity thieves, because I basically showed her like 100 different accounts that are using those same images. And she's like, "Oh no, there's so many identity thieves. They're really taking my identity." And I was like, "Man, they're good too, because they put that video on, or that image on, a website over a year ago."
Right, and they photoshopped the note out.
Yeah, they photoshopped the note out. And she never explained that to me.
Yeah, I think you could make a video series out of that.
Maybe I will, because the transcripts are actually pretty funny on chat. But you know what the interesting part is? We reached an impasse today, and she agreed never to talk about eBay gift cards again. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So now I'm stuck talking to some like fake chick that's like,
if they hold that into the deal up, it'll just be Google Play cards instead of eBay.
Exactly. My thought is that they don't want their account to get compromised, because they are trying to catfish a bunch of other people using that account.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, don't report me. I still love you, dude."
I still love you.
I might do a video on it. I don't know. In the chat, you let me know. Do you want to hear a video of the story of the most ridiculous conversation ever of someone trying to catfish?
With samples? Yeah, that'd be great stuff.
Brad asked what the name on the account was. Wasn't it Ella something?
Ella123.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that was at one point Al said, as soon as you get rid of her, you're going to hear from Ella124.
Exactly. Yeah, that was hilarious. And you know what she did?
On Instagram.
Okay, so this girl, I'm just going to say this girl. The video, she did a Playboy video, 3 Playboy videos, and so like I sent the Ella123 a clip of one of the Playboy videos in the beginning where her she was saying like, "Oh, hello, my name is this," and it was something totally different. And I was like, "How did they get footage of you saying that?" And that she was like, "I don't know, they're really good." And I was like, "Man, they must be." It's like so fucking ridiculous.
Like George Lucas is helping the identity thieves.
Exactly. Or George Orwell. Did he write? Did he? No, he didn't write The Time Machine. That was H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. There's plenty of topless photos. By the way, bro.
They're relentless and they're despicable. There's one channel that I'll watch a little bit of. I can't. His is one of those where like I can't sit through the whole video. So I kind of jump around and get to the end. But it's Kit Boga is the name of the channel, and he basically harasses, the identity thieves and such.
Oh,
gets on the phone with him. He'll keep them on the phone for hours or days even, and just waste their time.
Well, I mean, you were privy to my conversation, right?
Yeah.
I got a little ridiculous. I had some fun with it. So yeah, I just kept going. Anyway, there was a point she wanted an eBay gift card for $30 so she could exchange it for money to go visit her dead parents' gravesite. So I kept saying, like, I kept coming up with more and more extravagant ways of getting her to the gravesite that didn't involve an eBay gift card. So the first one was just, oh, I got an app on my phone. I'll just get you a lift, boom, easy. What's your home address? Oh, she didn't want to do that. She wanted the gift card. So then I offered to lease her a car. And I was like, what do you want? Range Rover, BMW, Mercedes?
Well, I love it because every now and then he'd stop and say, wait a minute, there's a problem at one of my properties. I'll be right back.
Oh, I don't know if you saw that whole thing, but apparently I have a 4-story building in San Francisco, and it's full of apartments, and there was a burst pipe on the top floor, and it ruined all the apartments below it. So, I mean, I'm sure that my love is watching the stream because she's so supportive of her king, but so if you're watching this, LO123, I'm sorry, but I never bought your bullshit. But it was fun. I mean, were you not entertained, Cody?
Oh yeah, I was getting a kick out of it. But they're at the last few that you sent. I thought, okay, it's over,
and it never was
something else.
She kept going. Have a good night, Larry. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, see you, Larry.
Yeah, Hob, she asked for a gift card, not for money. Yeah, that shit was funny. I might do a video of it. I don't know.
I think you could. I think it'd be fun.
I need to get a woman to read her parts, and then we just do like a back and forth conversation.
There you go. Have her read it like a teenage girl on the phone at midnight when she's supposed to be in bed, just whispering.
Yeah. She clearly, well, whatever. If I do a video, I'll tell you all about it, but it was ridiculous.
That was fun.
Queenie says she will play the part of the girl.
There you go. So this was funny. I was telling my wife about it, my son, but I said yesterday, or maybe a day before yesterday, I was at like 499 subs. And I was like, oh man, I'm so close. I'm almost to 500. And then I get a message from Ben that says, hang on a minute, I'll take care of you. But I didn't read that yet. I woke up. I looked at my tube buddy and it said 500. And I was like, yeah, I finally did it. And then I read your message. And for a moment, I was like, oh shit. I feel like I didn't earn it. Yeah. And then I hit 501 and I felt good again.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I ended up just subscribing with my other channel too. I'm double subscribed to a few people. So if anyone is like one more subscriber than they thought was really cool, I'm sorry, that's probably just my other channel.
I appreciate it.
That other channel kind of blew up a little bit. I have a video on there that's got like 28,000 hits.
Wow.
New bike, right?
Yeah. But still, I spend all my time on the horror channel, guys, because I love y'all. Yeah, animated. I buy that. Danny's saying do an animated, clay animated catfish. By the way, I watched. Danny did a review. I can't remember the name of the movie the other day, but it was like something kind of like Savage Streets. But it wasn't Savage Streets, but that kind of revenge tale about a street gang in prison that was like a band or something. And it had just like, he played some of the music from the soundtrack. It was pretty impressive. Like that old school. Oh, yeah, there you go. Knights of the City. That old school, like 80s rap. So good.
No. Yeah, I was surprised today. I took that stack of 4Ks in.
Yeah.
And I think they bought all of those along with just a couple Blu-rays I had. They gave me $62 store credit.
Cool.
So Sam bought him a $30 Star Wars video game, and the only thing I found was Taken 3 because I didn't have it. So yeah, it was kind of uneventful for movie shopping today.
Yeah, at some point you just got to wonder if Liam Neeson is just a bad parent.
I know he's got a particular set of skills.
He does. So have you guys seen Ponyo?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little anime movie about the fish girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I like all of Miyazaki's films.
Yeah, my daughters love that. And then I noticed, that Liam Neeson is the sea dad or sea god, whatever you want to call him. And I said something to my wife. I said, "That's Liam Neeson," and she said, "Wow, why is he doing this?" And I said, "Well, he's looking for his daughter." I said, "I'm waiting to hear him, chew on the words and say, 'Where's my daughter?'"
Yeah.
The one movie of his I didn't see that I wanted to was that it was something Cold.
Oh yeah.
He's a snowplow driver, and this time like his son gets killed or something.
Yeah, Cold Pursuit, I think.
So yeah, Cold Pursuit, and I thought, wow, it looks just like Taken, except it's a son this time. And
same particular set of skills.
And then it's like, he can drive over you in a snowplow this time instead of kung fu you to death. But I still like him. I'll watch his movies.
It's entertaining, but the original film is better, which is it's based on a Swedish film or Norwegian film, I forget which.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny, I think Neeson is the new Bronson.
I watched. They put a lot of Bronson movies on Amazon Prime, and I watched Mr. Majestic the other night, which I'd never seen, but I know my dad had a copy of it, but I never watched that one. It was fun, but at the same time, it was so stupid. It's the one where he's got the watermelons and the farm, and like he gets arrested, and while they're transferring him, he steals the prison bus with a guy on it and hides him in the mountains. And then he comes back and turns himself in, and no one seems to care that guy's still running around. And Bronson Lamb goes like, these are real Dukes of Hazzard rules in this show. But it was still fun. Yeah, A Walk Among the Tombstones was pretty good. I like that.
I've never seen it. I haven't seen that many Bronson movies. I'm gonna say maybe.
Mr. Majestic or the Tombstones? Tombstones was Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Movie.
I also didn't see that one.
And just like with Bronson, often the best thing about a Neeson film is Neeson. The films aren't always that great, but he's always fun in them.
Well, Seagal was like that for a while too, until even he became horrible. You know, a lot of his direct-to-video stuff was awful, but
yeah,
when he first started, like Above the Law, Marked for Death, you know,
right.
those
His
those
first
were
4 or 5 films, they were good.
Yeah, my favorite's Marked for Death. Him and Keith David together. That's a good one.
I mean, last I heard from him, he was like a fake sheriff or something, or maybe he was like a real sheriff.
I don't know what he's doing, and somebody got into it with him on Twitter or something the other day. I don't know if it was Rose McGowan or somebody. Who knows? I think the last time I saw him in anything that I enjoyed was Machete, when he was the bad guy at the end of it. That was funny.
I think I would take Jean-Claude Van Damme over Steven Seagal any day.
For overall being better, definitely. I always liked Van Damme. He had some stinkers in there, but he had some really good ones.
Yeah,
I mean, even his stinkers were kind of fun.
I like Double Impact.
Twice the Van Damage.
Nice.
I never did care for that one.
Awesome.
I never did care for that one where he was like the French Legion soldier. I forget the name, but I really like it that he showed up later in the Expendables.
Yeah.
But probably Bloodsport, I'd say, has got to be my favorite of his.
I think like I want to say Time Cop was so weird because of the way I don't remember like if they set it in the future at a time when time travel was possible, and it was like 7 years in the future or something. It was like not far enough in the future.
Right. It wasn't very far. The one I really remember from that is when that guy gets his arm frozen and Van Damme kicks him, shatters his arm. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Time Cop a lot. And I like Universal Soldier.
Oh yeah. I almost root for Lundgren in that movie. I thought he was such a cool bad guy in that. So cocky. I just get a kick out of him.
Danny's saying he hasn't seen Bloodsport.
Ooh.
That's insane. That's got to be my favorite. Like hands down, I think.
Oh, my favorite is Al just mentioned my favorite, Hard Target, but the director's cut. If you can see John Woo's original cut, it's a lot better than the version that was released.
I haven't seen the director cut. What was the one, Lionheart, where he was doing like street fighting? Or not street fighting, but
Ben mentioned
fighting for cash. Yeah.
Sudden death. Kumite.
Yeah, the ear necklace that Lundgren had.
Yeah. I just picked up and talked into the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Bloodsport. I haven't watched that in many years, but that was like a staple back in the 80s of movies. You know?
I watched it.
I can't remember.
I watched it within the last year because I watched it with the kids. Because a year or so ago, we met Donald Gibb, that played his buddy in the movie Jackson.
Ogre.
And Ogre, yeah. I did have him sign a picture from Bloodsport, which I love it. It was a picture of my favorite part of his from the movie. And no, it wasn't. I'm sorry. It was him with the bloody nose after he just demolished the first guy. But my favorite part is when he throws that little dude off the fighting platform and just screams "Go home" at him.
Yeah, that was fun. I gotta say, so Rob S. Gray over on Wacky World Lounge just reviewed Ninja 3, The Domination. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
No.
That has everything in it.
Yeah. Has ninja possession.
Yeah.
Has a hot female ninja. Yeah, everything. I mean, that's basically everything, I think.
Fight on a golf course. It has aerobics. It has
Yeah.
there's just everything in that movie.
Yeah. That it's on Amazon Prime right now, and I put it on the other day. I had like an early meeting, and I was exhausted. I only got like a couple hours of sleep, and I put it on and kind of took a nap to it. So I was like half conscious while I was watching it. But yeah, man, that one's super fun. Definitely check it out if you have Prime and want to watch a fun 80s like martial arts thing.
I'm still trying to get. Dang it, drawing a blank. Wolf Creek watched. I haven't
watch
done
that
yet. I need to, because I'm still waiting to do my top 20 2000 slashers until I watch it and I know where to rank it. So I'll definitely watch it in time to get both videos posted on the 30th.
It could be your number one.
That's why I wanted to do it. I didn't want to. I have it. I didn't want to make the list without watching it.
Or it could be your number 21, I guess. One of those, yeah. Or anywhere in between, I guess.
Glenn mentions Cyborg. That's another one I really enjoy.
I'm not going to lie. I have not watched a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie in a long-ass time.
It's been a while.
They did one called JVCD
or JCVD.
Yeah, I paused because I knew I was fucking it all up. But yeah, it was like a meta one or something where he was like playing himself, but then in like a bank robbery or something. And had to like,
right.
I don't know. Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing. But I guess, yeah, he's caught up in a bank robbery and they look to him to be the hero, sort of like My Name is Bruce, right?
Yeah. Not dissimilar from that.
I do remember the opening though, because they're shooting a movie with him, and he goes through like bad guy after bad guy, take their gun, hit him a few times, move on to the next guy. And he just keeps doing it until he gets winded and he yells for a cut and he tells the director, like, I'm 48 years old. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, Dave Maggot's saying he hasn't been getting notifications for Wacky World Lounge or Galactic Happy Hour. Oh,
I don't know what's going on, but the YouTube app on my phone doesn't give me notifications for comments here lately. I get notification out of like 1 out of every 10 comments that people make.
I never get notifications for replies to comments. So if you made a comment and I reply to you and then you reply back to me, I'm not getting those notifications. So I apologize if I missed. I'm not trying to be a dick face or anything. I just don't get these notifications.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right. Hobbs is asking about Velocipaster. Have you seen it, Mark?
No, I have it, and it's in my shack. It's in my shack on the stack of the watch pile. Maybe I'll get it this week.
I saw Strange Monkey did a review of it with oh god, what is the name of her channel? It's a really good channel too. Anyway, he had a special guest on. Maybe I'll try to look it up while some point during this episode and give her a shout out. But it looked like a lot of fun. I mean, it's intentionally campy and whatnot, but it looked fun, man. And my brother then recommended it. He watched it with my 10-year-old nephews.
a lot of people recommend a lot of the Wild Eye films, and I'm hoping that I've just picked poorly. But the couple I've started to watch have been just so awful. I turned them off in the first 10 minutes.
I'm with you, man. I'm not a big Wild Eye dude. There are some good ones. There's been a few movies that I watched that Wild Eye had released. So I'm not going to say all Wild Eye movies suck, but the general sort of wheelhouse for Wild Eye is not really my thing.
That's the way I would put it. Just it doesn't seem to be my wheelhouse. But I'm going to give Velociraptor a try. Oh, and Dave says Carousel.
Oh, I do want to see Carousel too. Yeah, that one. When that came out, a lot of people were talking about it, and it looked real fun. I think I remember Dave reviewing it. A couple people. I know, like Hobbs gets Wild Eye stuff sent to him. He loves that stuff.
Yeah, Hobbs does, and Jason does.
Yeah, Jason does. Brad does too. Yeah. Those are just, I guess it's just not my thing exactly.
I think,
but I did see. Go on.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I did watch one. It was like a French found footage movie about. It's kind of interesting. It was like a period piece French found footage movie shot on like Super 8 or 16 millimeter film or something. They're doing like a documentary. And they encounter like some kind of Sasquatch type situation. And that one was pretty good, I thought, actually. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe someone in the comment will say. Dave says they stopped sending him stuff. Oh.
Cody, have you seen Velocipaster?
Seen it on Prime or seen the title for it.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, I don't know if I want to try this or not. I did get Jurassic Dead.
I have it, but I haven't watched it yet. Both Velocipastor and Jurassic Dead.
Yeah.
I tried to watch Bone Hill Road, and the dialogue was so bad in the first 10 minutes, I never got to the monster part. And then what was the other one? Oh, erotic Nights of the Blind Dead. There's four blind dead films from the director Osorio, and a descendant of his made Erotic Nights of the Blind Dead, and it is so awful. It's something I got like 10 minutes into, and I just turned it off.
That was one I heard a lot of people praising. I think Dave Maggot liked it actually, and a few other people just are like all on the Bone Hill Road. They said like the werewolf looked amazing, like strong practical effects, and so I was like, oh, okay, I love werewolf movies. And I watched it, and I was sort of the same. And it's got Linnea Quigley in it, right? So what I've heard about that one is that the werewolf stuff doesn't really start until like the third act or something. So I don't know. I should give it another watch too.
And the thing is, I try not to call them terrible films, because if there's a terrible horror film from the 70s and 80s, like most of what Vinegar Syndrome puts out, I am happy to sit there and watch it. I'll sit through the whole thing and I'll really enjoy it. But if it's a bad horror film, a bad modern horror film, I just hate it. I'll turn it off after 10 minutes.
Yeah. I can see that.
So
it's a different kind of bad.
Oh, John's here. Hey, John.
Oh, hey, John. Sorry about that. Welcome. How you doing? Mukbanging it up, I see.
Yep. What's up, guys?
Hey,
How was work today?
Busy as hell. I'm eating a nice healthy dinner.
There you go.
How you guys been?
Good.
Pretty good.
Good.
Well,
Yeah, I had.
Go on. Brody?
I was going to say healthy dinner. I had 5 guys for lunch, and then we ended up grilling out, and I had a burger and a hot dog for dinner. So
Nothing wrong with that.
I had birthday cake. Let me see if I can get the glare off of it.
That was a cool cake.
oh, that cake was awesome.
With a face hugger coming out of it.
That's pretty awesome. Did you get that made, or did your wife make it?
My wife got it made. We have some friends who own a French bakery here.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Mark, thank you for the gift.
Oh, you're quite welcome, John.
The other thing I got in the mail today, Mark.
Oh, The Swarm.
The soundtrack, yeah.
See, we were talking about bad movies that I can watch. I can watch Swarm over and over again. I love that film.
Yeah.
But it is not a good film.
No. One of my favorite parts of that, too, was, Slim Pickens is going to shut the water off for that top secret base, so they just let him stroll on in. And
So I found, I'm just looking for a link real quick. I found the channel I was mentioning earlier that did the Velocipaster review with Strange Monkey. So I'm going to put her link in the chat here. Go check her out, man. She is funny, actually. Her name is Trivial Theater. Good stuff. So I'm behind on a lot of the Hellraiser stuff. I'm just looking at the chat, and Dan is saying he's heard really bad things about Hellraiser Hellworld, but he's psyched to watch it. I think I've watched the first 3 Hellraisers and the first 4 Hellraisers, and then after the 4th one was like, eh. And then I think I saw maybe one other one, but I'm like way behind on that. I need to run through that whole thing again, the whole franchise.
The priority.
I think I'm only 4 or 5 of them.
I think I have 6 of them, but I think I've only watched up through parts 4.
I think I have all of them, but I think I've only watched maybe 4 or 5.
I've got 1 and 2 by themselves, and then I have a Blu-ray that has 4 of them on it, or a Blu-ray set. But yeah, I need to have a Hellraiser marathon, I guess. Same for Leprechaun. I need to sit down and just kind of shotgun all the Leprechaun movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. First,
and I've been half tempted to go ahead and subscribe to Full Moon just to get that Puppet Master set, sit down and watch all of them.
That's a nice Puppet Master set.
Like $60 for a year subscription. The set's worth more than that. So yeah, I need to do that.
Just make sure you cancel by the end of the year.
I was watching a video from Bronco Juggalo. He had that Puppet Master set, and the 4th disc was bad.
Yeah, so they sent him a whole new set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was watching his stream when he said that. What kind of stuff have they got on their streaming service? Do you know?
I don't know, personally.
Oh, Dave says it was still. Dave, you mean the number 4 in the new set they sent him was broke too?
He said he was worried about that happening.
Yeah, you wonder. I mean, if you tell them, if they have a production problem and they send you a whole new set, that's not going to fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot. Wow. Sean Blue Digital had what was it? Sean Blue Digital had an issue with the Blu-ray that he got where the audio track was off. I think Dave had that same. I remember Dave getting the same Blu-ray. I can't remember the name of it though.
I had one time. This was quite a while ago, like around 2000 or 2001, and I picked up Tombstone. There was a 2-disc DVD set of Tombstone. And when you opened it up, you were supposed to have a disc that had Kurt Russell on it. That was the feature. And a disc that had Val Kilmer on it was the bonus features. Bought it, got it home, opened it up, wanted to watch it. I had 2 Val Kilmer special feature discs. So I went back and I exchanged it, and I said, do you mind if I open this here just to make sure? And me and that guy opened 6 of them, and they were all
Wow.
Val Kilmer discs on all of them.
That's
And then he got shitty about giving me a refund. He said store credit, and I said, well, wait a minute here. He's like, store credit because it's a DVD. I'm like, yeah, but this isn't an issue of I want to return it. You can't argue that this isn't defective. And I argued with the guy for a little while, and he finally gave me a refund.
It's like a Scientology, conspiracy or something. There's like, you're only gonna see Val Kilmer.
Yeah, you're only getting Val Kilmer.
Only bonus features for you.
Exactly.
But I think I ended up later just ordering that movie off Amazon and got the right one. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I was saying the distributor was just Val Kilmer trying to get the word out. I'll buy that.
He was one of the best parts of that movie.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah.
Have you watched the director cut of it?
I haven't seen it.
There's a few extra scenes, and one of the extra scenes involves him and Big Nose Kate, and it's just great. Because he's basically riding away to go help Wyatt, and she doesn't want him to go, and she says, if something happens to you, where does that leave me? And he says, well, without a meal ticket, I guess. And then just rides away.
It was such a good movie.
Oh, yeah. Wyatt Earp's a good one, too. I like it as well, but
I never saw Wyatt Earp.
it's good.
It's good, but it suffers from having come out after Tombstone.
Yeah.
That's the Kevin Costner movie, right?
Right. It's more slow-paced.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think you even see it's everything leading up to the gunfight at the OK Corral. I mean, like before he came to Tombstone. But pretty good show.
Yeah, that movie had big shoes to fill coming out when it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it was very weird that movie came out when it came out.
Well, Hollywood gets these ideas, and competing studios make the same film at the same time.
Right.
You would think that these production studios would communicate in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, the ones I always think of is like that summer where we had The Abyss, Leviathan, and Deep Star 6 all at the same time.
Or Armageddon within a month of each other.
Yeah. Thin Red Line and Saving Private Ryan at the same time. It seemed Ants and Bug Life coming out back to back.
Yeah, that's right. I'd forgotten about that one.
Yeah.
I feel like usually there's a clear winner in those cases, though.
It usually is. Like, well, Armageddon and Deep Impact, I think the better one is Armageddon for sure.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I mean, that was the much larger success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's it's the funner one. It's the less intelligent one.
Yeah, Deep Impact went more for drama, for sure. I'll never forget, we went out to dinner with a couple friends right around the time that came out, and they had seen it and we hadn't. And for anybody who hasn't seen it, I'm about to give a spoiler here, but I think it's old enough.
It's old enough.
We're sitting there. We're sitting there having dinner, and my buddy's cutting his steak, and we said something about, well, we're going next weekend to go see Armageddon, and his wife goes, oh my God, that is so good. I cried so hard when Bruce Willis died. And he just stops kind of cutting his steak and just turns and actually smacked her in the back of the head. Lightly, but it was funny.
My God.
Like, okay, well, we know that's going to happen. It was still a good movie.
I gotta say, I think the best Western to come out in recent years is Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, I love Bone Tomahawk.
It was good.
I love that shit, man. I thought it was like a really good period piece and a really brutal horror movie. It was like all around just a great film.
I haven't seen it. I heard it was really good.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
probably like best Western, if you want to call it a Western, because it's more of a whodunit, is for me Hateful Eight.
I love Hateful Eight too.
Has anybody seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a good show.
How was it?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I know when I left the theater, me and my son both were kind of like, it's one of those Tarantino movies where I think I walked away the first time wondering what I watched.
Yeah.
But now we've got it on disc and we've watched it a couple more times, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Pitt's great in it. DiCaprio's great in it.
I like Brad Pitt a lot.
His fight with Bruce Lee in it is great.
Yeah.
That whole scene.
What do you think,
Saying
Brad?
Oh, go ahead. I was going to say you got.
You go. I want to go get some more pizza, but I just wanted. What?
I was going to say, besides Brad Pitt in the fight scene there with Bruce Lee, you also got Kurt Russell involved in that.
That's right. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, Zoe Bell shows up. Pacino's in there. A lot of good stuff.
Tarantino always has a great cast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think most of them would do it just as a favor for him.
Probably.
Yeah. I was a big fan of True Romance. I love True Romance.
That's a good show.
Love that movie.
They were talking to him about the soundtrack on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on one interview, and he said that part of the way that he writes a movie is he just goes and starts listening to music, and then he figures out what scenes can work with the music and starts stitching a movie together from it.
That's really cool.
He says he's got one room in his house that's set up like an old record store where you're just flipping through them and they're alphabetized, and he plays his music in there.
Hey,
Hey, Phil. Phil's creepy vids in the house.
No, Phil.
Yeah, hey, Phil.
Has anybody seen or heard from Andrew?
I haven't for like a week, man.
I was thinking about him today. I haven't heard from him at all.
He's taking a little break from YouTube. He's kind of burned out.
Yeah.
He's just doing some other things. He'll be back shortly.
He's been doing it a long time.
Yeah,
I
like
guess
10 years, I think he said.
Yeah, that's a little bit of time. He's been doing it a long time. I mean, it's a grind, a little bit of a grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely a grind to do it with any sort of schedule. Like I said, I was going to try to keep up this year and haven't. It's tough to hit targets like that.
Yeah, I remember
I believe I'm up to 112 days in a row that I've posted a video.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I am like way far behind. I have to do the Horror Tuber of the Month announcement, I think. Probably film that this weekend. And I have another collaboration that I have to do this weekend as well. So I'm just pretty far behind with all my videos personally, but
so I definitely haven't posted that many days in a row. But let's see. I don't know how many videos I got. It's getting up there. I got 339 videos.
fuck me.
That's That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy because I don't know how long I've been doing this. I think no idea, to be honest. I want to say 2 years. And I have way more videos than I thought I would. On my other channel, I have like, I think 14 videos. And like this one, I don't know where you find that number. It's hundreds though.
The videos, I got it off my Tube Buddy. I didn't see it anywhere handy on the YouTube Studio.
I don't have TubeBuddy or whatever. Anyway,
No.
I've got like over 200 videos. So that's a lot more than I thought I would be doing. But what you gonna do?
I'm looking to see now.
What am I asking? Hobbs is saying, what are you asking? What was I asking? Where you find the number of videos you have?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's
I'm
on the
looking
channel.
I'm looking in analytics, but I'm not seeing it there either.
You said you do not have TubeBuddy?
I do not. Is that the thing I should do?
If you
Is
have
that why my channel sucks?
if you have TubeBuddy, all you got to do is click on any one of your videos, and it tells you how many videos you have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is a handy app. I look at it mostly to tell me how many subscribers I got, but then it's a quick way to look at all your comments right in a row. Better than through the YouTube interface.
Hobbs is saying I have 165 videos. So you guys have kicked my ass. Good job.
I think I'm around 270.
That's crazy. How long have you been doing this, John?
Since September 1st.
Wow. That's a lot.
It is a lot. It's fun, though. Every once in a while, I tell myself I'm going to take a day off, and then I just can't bring myself to do it.
I'm just broke about, I think yesterday I broke 37,000 views.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Phil's asking if we've ever checked out Social Blade. They'll do like channel projections for the next 5 years.
I never even heard of it. That's cool.
No.
I assume that's like channel growth and stuff. I imagine in 5 years I'll be at like 750 subscribers. Probably at the end of 5 years. The rate my channel grew.
One thing that gets me about my videos is the one video that I did not think would be the one with my second highest number of views. My highest number is like almost 1,700. It's my Criterion Godzilla set. But my second video that has over 1,200 views is my McFarlane Terminator 3 diorama. Why that one has got so much more than, more recent stuff that people might want to see, I don't know. But
Mine is by far my tour of my man cave.
I don't even know if I marked that one.
After the Terminator, my number 3 and number 4 are my 2 entire NECA collection videos.
I still have not watched one of those. I watched your Funko Pop one the other night.
Yeah.
Last night,
I watched that one too.
I ordered a new Funko 5-star today because I caught him at like $6. And it's a little Jack Torrance, and he comes with a axe and a typewriter.
That's cool.
I thought it was cute. So actually I ordered 2. I thought one might make a good giveaway item. So
did you order the Jack and Wendy Torrance pop figures that you have, or did you find them in a store?
I ordered the Jack, and then my wife got me Wendy and Danny I think at Christmas to go with the Jack.
The only one I have is Danny. I've never seen Wendy or Jack in the store to buy them. I've never found them.
Yeah, a lot of them I've got. I did order on Amazon versus grab in a store, or to convention. That's where it seems like I see the biggest variety.
Yeah.
Because anymore, pops are so everywhere. It's like the most ubiquitous toy there is now, and every table at a con has a wall of pops behind them, and a lot of times you can find some good ones there.
I do like that Godzilla pop you showed at the end of your video.
Yeah,
it's a nice one.
I'd like to get the blue version of him sometime, but I haven't seen him anywhere. He was one I ordered when they announced him.
Yeah,
what was that?
I didn't even know they made the big ones like that. That's awesome.
Speaking of the big Godzillas, man, my gigantic Mecha Godzilla is supposed to be here Thursday. That thing's going to be awesome.
Is it as big as that other Godzilla you have?
Yes, it's just that same sort of series.
Yeah.
But it's a Mecha Godzilla. Yeah. I have like 4 of those, I think, plus that Gamera, that giant Gamera.
Where do you keep them?
Man, I've got the Shin is on the floor guarding the bedroom. I put a picture on my Instagram of Quilted. She fell asleep like right in front of him at his feet, and it looks like she was defeated by him. And then, I have some other ones on some tables, little side tables that I made.
Jesus.
10-inch Chucky pop. See, pops that's one thing, though, I just have not ever purchased a pop. So I don't have. Is that true? I bought a pop. There was a Make-A-Wish kid that came through my work one time. And I set up like a demonstration for him. And someone told me he was he loved The Walking Dead. So I bought him Daryl Dixon on his motorcycle pop. Because I was like, I'm fucking love horror shit and motorcycles. Here you go, dude. But they jacked up the shipping on it. So he came before it arrived. So I ended up doing it as a giveaway.
Wow.
But my collection video, I don't think I have too many. There's a lot that I've tried to resist buying because you can get out of hand with those things.
Yes, you can.
I'm bad enough with my NECAs, but my son, though, I shit you not, he's got a wall of them from waist up to the ceiling is my arm width, 6 feet or better, pops.
In box?
He loves to collect them. In box. Yeah, he's just got them stacked up, and he just loves them. So
they're pretty cool. I like them too, and I try my best not to go nuts. But you're right. I could easily go nuts.
He got his other thing that he likes. So he's got action figures like I do. A few of them I've given him. A few he's picked up on his own. But he likes actual statues, versus like a NECA figure.
Yeah.
And this week he got the Last of Us Part 2, the Ellie edition, coming in a huge box. And it's got a great big statue of her messing with her bow and arrow. And I think it came with a steel book and some other stuff.
Have any of you played those games?
Talk about your Last of Us.
The first one's amazing, John.
I heard that game was absolutely amazing.
The first one's fucking awesome.
He's loving it.
I've been hearing some mixed stuff about the second one.
Yeah.
Including I heard a major spoiler, so I'm not going to repeat it, but there's a major spoiler that you can hear.
Is it it's PlayStation exclusive, right?
I have it for the PS3. And then they also released it for the PS4. I don't know if it's exclusive though.
I only have an Xbox. Both of my kids have PlayStations, but I don't have one.
I loved Last of Us, man, and it has an amazing soundtrack. It has like an amazing score.
No kidding.
It's really good.
Oh, there we go. Actually, he just brought it to me.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Her playing her guitar, I guess. I thought she was fiddling with her bow and arrow.
What is that, like the collector's edition? You get that?
Yeah, it's the Ellie edition, and it came with this. It came with the game. It came with a bunch of pins.
That is cool, man.
And it came with the game in a steelbook.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
That is
and
cool.
it come with a book too. It was on Amazon. It was like $170.
You remember back in the day when you would buy a game and it came with the game?
And instructions. It came with instructions.
You didn't have to download it. It's crazy. The other day,
Actually,
a couple weeks ago, my younger son and I tried to play Resident Evil Nemesis, and it took almost an hour for us to be able to start to play the game.
right?
Because you had to download shit and move stuff around. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
You made me think. I'm so mad at myself now. My Bruce Campbell video, I left out the video games.
Oh, God.
I've got the Evil Dead video games from PS1 and 2.
I was always curious about those. Were they fun?
They were fun.
I never played them.
The first one didn't look that great, but it had the one-liners. You know, he voiced it.
Yeah.
And but then the second one, or maybe it was the third one, I forget if there was two or three. But the Fistful of Boomstick,
Yeah.
that was such a fun game, and it had a lot more little what do they call them? The little theater moments, you know, in between fights, and it was good. It was fun.
That's awesome, man.
Hey, by the way, it is officially Dave Maggott's birthday. Happy birthday, Dave.
I'm just
Happy
flipping
birthday.
around right now.
It's official.
Happy birthday, Dave.
I was trying to check out this Social Blade thing that Phil was talking about.
Your Evil Dead collection's awesome, Cody. I watched that the other night too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I never get a chance to comment on your videos because I watch them in bed. I lay in bed watching YouTube and drive my wife crazy.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos while I'm working.
Yeah.
You know, so I end up watching the super longer ones that don't have so much visual element. I just listen to them while I'm working.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do the same thing, and I've gotten really bad about commenting on videos.
I listen to like full concerts on YouTube all the time when I don't have to watch them.
Yeah.
If I watch them on my TV, then I can't comment there.
That's what I mean. That's why I lay in bed and watch it on my television all the time.
Yeah.
If I watch it on TV in my living room, I pull up the same video on my laptop and pause it and just write comments while I'm watching it on my TV.
Yeah, what I do is I end up going back later. So this is how it's all fucked up. I'm watching them at work, and then I go back through my history, and then I re-comment on them. That's what I used to do. Now I've sort of gotten a little more lax. So if I'm not commenting on your videos, I most likely have watched it. I didn't watch your Cannibal Holocaust video yet, but I want to because I just rewatched that one myself not too long ago.
Yeah, I posted that today, right? Was that today?
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus.
I was going to listen to it when I was walking my dog, but then ended up talking to someone instead.
That's a crazy movie, man.
It is. We were talking about it earlier.
That's a crazy movie. Every time I watch that, I forget how crazy that movie is.
It's not
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we were saying
not one that I have in my collection that I want to sometime.
Get the Grindhouse releasing version because then you can get the animal cruelty-free version to watch.
Okay.
That stuff bothers the shit out of me, man. That bothers me more than anything else in the movie is watching that stuff.
Yeah, that's why I've never watched it. I've never watched it with the animal deaths.
When they
because
kill the turtle, I turn my head. I look away. I can't even watch it.
Yeah.
I don't even like to see it when they shoot a dog in a movie.
Oh man, I can't stand it.
I watched Pet Cemetery 2 last night. They shot a dog. It's totally fake, at least.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, I mean, it's always disturbing. But
Yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust, I've never watched it with the animal deaths,
Uh-huh.
and I like it as a film. I like it. It's interesting.
It's a good movie. Yeah, it is a good movie, but it is hard to watch, man.
It is but without the animal deaths, it's a lot different. You know, it's not tainted like
that. To watch without that, I'm sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Then it's just you're watching like amazing assholes like fuck with indigenous people and get their comeuppance. You know what I mean? That's basically the thing. Yeah. And then you have like some shitty like documentarian people going like, let's put this out, and then they're like, did you see the rest of the footage? Because these guys are fucking creepoids.
Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that closing line of the movie? You know, which one of us is primitive, or something like that?
Yeah. That's a crazy movie, man.
Yeah. Dave confirmed there are 3 Evil Dead games. Regeneration was the one I couldn't think of the name of. That one, you've got a little like kind of midget running around assisting you.
Yeah.
And I think he's voiced by Ted Raimi.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So yeah, my wife actually got me the first one, Hail to the King, as a graduation present when I graduated college.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was like I graduated mid-year, so it was kind of Christmas and graduation all at the same time.
That's very cool.
Oh, did you guys see, speaking of that, there's a new Evil Dead movie coming?
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and the latest buzz is that it might take place in a high-rise building.
Really?
Instead of a cabin.
Is it Evil Dead Rises or Evil Dead Lives, or what is it called? What?
Evil Dead Rises or Evil Heart? Yeah.
Evil Die Hard. It's not.
I think Evil Dead Rises was the last name I heard.
No, it's Evil Dead Now, isn't it?
What? I think that was what I heard first was Evil Dead Now, and then I heard Evil Dead Rises.
I think there was something on Twitter about Bruce Campbell confirming one or the other.
Ben Grimm is saying Evil Dead Now.
Evil Dead Now.
I don't. And I heard there's supposed to be a female protagonist, which I think will be cool. If you're not going to do Ash, you might as well do someone different.
I don't know if that's going to show up, but that's what Bruce Campbell just posted. Ash wearing a mask.
Yeah. Yeah. Dave Maggot saying Rises would work better because of the building. It's a high rise.
Yeah.
How
did you feel about the Evil Dead movie? The remake or the reimagining?
I fucking loved it.
I
liked it.
I loved it.
Absolutely
after
loved
the second time I watched it.
I want to get that director's cut.
I got it. I really need to do a sit down to figure out what the differences were.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what the difference was.
Because I think there's only a few minutes, and it had been a while since I watched the other one.
Yeah.
And then this is awful. I think some of the difference is in the final fight. You know, out in the blood rain
when she's fighting Marilyn.
And I fell asleep before that because I was watching it so late.
Yeah.
So I did not finish the director cut. I need to go back and check it out again. But yeah, I picked it up off Amazon when they had the first buy 2 get 1 deal they did back when the whole lockdown started. Yeah. I ordered it then.
That thing that she fights at the end of that movie always, to me, it looked like Marilyn Manson.
I can see that.
I love that movie.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dave says it's got some stuff that was in the trailer and an after credit scene. and Ben says an alternate ending.
Okay. I definitely would pick that up.
I haven't watched it yet. I have it though.
I didn't even know they had one till Sean Blue Digital said it. So
I'm going to try and get the Best Buy on Thursday to see if I can get that Friday the 13th steel book.
yeah, I got it through their website.
I'm still trying to find the Jaws 4K too. I haven't seen it anywhere.
Yeah, both of those I ordered from just Best Buy and had them ship it to me.
Yeah.
Because I think the Jaws was 25 and the Friday the 13th was 15, and anything over 35 was free shipping.
Okay.
So got them both. In fact,
I think I own Friday the 13th X amount of times, but
Exactly.
right.
I want that box.
I ordered
Yeah.
I ordered two because one's going to be a 500 subs giveaway.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whenever I figure out what I'm doing.
How close are you now, Cody? You got to be getting close.
I'm 501 now. So
Oh, awesome. Congrats. I didn't realize it.
thanks.
Cool.
Yeah, I got to figure out what exactly I'm doing for it, and I'll post something this week, I'm sure.
Okay.
There's like 100,000 contest entries I have to do. I'm like so far behind. Brad's
There's a
got
couple
one.
I haven't done.
Undead Nightmare 24 had one. I don't know if it's still going.
His is still going. Brad's is over.
Okay. I fucked that
Brad
one up.
ended on the 25th. Undead Nightmare 24, I think, is ending tomorrow. So I wanted to put something in for his tomorrow.
Evil Stevel too has one going. It's
It's a lot.
it is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot
had-
because you want to support all your friends, you know. So, but then
Yeah.
I had like a big work project that kind of fucked me all up for a little bit, but that one's done. I was hoping to get some videos made, but looks like I already missed the Brad's.
How are you guys doing for work? Is everybody back?
I was back. I had like my job's crazy. It's like super chill and then it's insane.
Yeah.
So I was in insane mode for the last little bit, and now I'm just back to super chill.
Yeah. How about you two, Cody and Mark? Are you guys back to work yet?
I've been steady, working at home mostly,
Yeah, you were going in 1 day a week, right?
and now I'm going in 1 day a week, working at home the other 4.
Okay.
My job's watching my granddaughter.
That's awesome.
Ben Grimm says he's never stopped working. Well, I guess working the whole time.
He must have an important job.
You're essential,
Turns
Ben.
out he's
Somewhere,
His job is more important than what we had, I guess.
turns out he's on the Supreme Court. So just kidding.
Yeah.
somewhere I wrote down all the contests I wanted to enter, and I've lost that piece of paper.
The problem that solves itself.
And I know Evil Stevel and Undead Nightmare was on there. Yeah, don't know what I did with it. I want to say there were like 3 on there.
Ben Grimm is in the FBI, by the way.
Uh-oh.
So any of you guys pirating shit, he's the guy that's going to come get you. That warning. Agent Grimm. My company, the San Francisco Bay Area was like the first place in America to do a shelter in place act. And so like it's been months, man. It has been like so long. I've had 2 different work projects that I've gone in to do, but for the most part, it's just been working from home, which consists of me staying up until it's light out and waking up at 2 in the afternoon. So, well, you know,
You see that some states backtracked on their opening plan now, like Texas closed the bars again, and
How is
it's
it
getting
going?
serious again in some places.
How is it where all of you guys are?
Indiana's staying pretty steady, but
Yeah.
now we were getting to where there was like 300 a day, 200 a day, and they were real proud of their numbers. We've had about 500 a day for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
North Carolina, record-setting numbers. Woohoo!
And now
everyone's in a big rush to get back. Everyone's in a big rush to get
mandated
back.
masks where you're at now, Mark, right? Sorry.
So,
Proceed.
what, Cody?
I said they mandated masks where you're at now, right?
Yeah, it's great. As of Friday at 5 p.m., masks are mandatory. Yeah, so our local sheriff posted that it's not a pandemic, it's a plandemic, and we're not going to do anything about the mask rule. So no one's wearing masks in Hendersonville.
A plandemic?
Yeah, it's apparently fake. Apparently the Democrats came up with this.
Okay, great. And he's an elected official.
Yes, he is.
Okay. I went out today and I was, we were masked up everywhere we went. And right now I'm seeing like about a 50% rate among people, wearing masks. I just try to keep my distance and I keep mine on.
Yeah.
And I go out wearing both. I wear an N95 and a cloth mask. I wear the cloth mask just because people look at you a little less weird if you got it on than the N95. So really, I'm hiding the N95, I guess.
This is my mask. It's got strawberries on it.
Your strawberry mask?
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Face hugger. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a good one.
So I'm all set.
I saw one on Amazon that was the Overlook Hotel carpet.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I might have to get one of them.
Yeah, the numbers here were declining every day for quite a while. And I think as of yesterday, now it's holding steady. So I have no idea what's going to happen here. I mean, I live at the shore, and it's basically the way it is every year right now. Completely packed with people walking around. So I have to assume that the numbers are going to start going up. I have to.
How many of those folks, though, are visitors or locals, you think? I mean, what's the ratio there?
I'd say 75 or 80% visitors, if not higher.
Okay.
Yeah, we get inundated with people from Pennsylvania. As soon as the kids get out of school, all the way up to when they go back to school. But this year, being as though there was no school, they came earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours, like going to town today, we went, to one of the bigger towns about an hour away, population of like 40,000, I think.
Yeah.
And it was pretty busy. I mean, people were out and about, definitely.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think people just had cabin fever, man. I think if you told people that they could go get something to eat at a hot dog stand, 12,000 people would go line up for a hot dog because they just want to get the hell out of the house.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we went past Golden Corral today, and they're open.
Yeah.
And I just it's going to be a while before I eat at a buffet.
Oh yeah. That's such a bad idea.
That was the first thing to stop at my work was like they stopped, like they closed the salad bar and all of that stuff. And they were like, nah, none of that.
No salad for you.
We're going to have a
Maggot, by the way, says.
What did you say, Cody?
I said, Dave says we're going to have a prune demic.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man.
It's crazy.
Very crazy. I can't believe this shit's going on.
No, it's pretty unbelievable.
Oh, Ben, your movie theater's open? I mean, I know a lot of the theaters are opening July 10th, a lot of the chains. But I'm pretty sure, at least for North Carolina, that's not going to happen.
Our little local one's open again. I don't think the big AMC is open up where we just went, but our little local one's open, and they just put in new reclining seats. They got rid of the old seats. Same seats in this theater from when they built it in like 86 or 87.
Wow.
And they've upgraded.
They were in great shape.
Oh, yeah. they were a little beat down. But hey, $5 a movie, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I guess that they put you in there now, and unless you're a family, there's like 2-seat minimum between everybody, and
okay.
They're spreading you out. But I think right now they're showing the Trolls movie, and I Still Believe or something like that. I forget what the other movie on the marquee is. But even if the theater's open, there's nothing new out.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing a damn movie trailer.
A lot of the theaters are opening up with classic movies. Ben mentions Jurassic Park. Cinemark is opening with Jurassic Park and Jaws and Dark Knight. The Thing is playing July 10th through the 16th.
No shit.
Yeah, they're trying to kill me.
That'd be awesome.
Because that'll tempt me to go in, but I'm sure mine, with North Carolina rocketing up the numbers, they're not going to open here.
I would love to see The Thing in the movie theater.
The same people who own our little local one bought a couple of other theaters within an hour's drive, little tiny ones, and 2 drive-ins. And the drive-in was open last weekend with a double feature of Wizard of Oz and Twister. And
that's upcoming double feature. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah. It says here that this weekend was Zootopia and the Avengers. So yeah, maybe we'll do a drive-in.
Yeah, the drive-ins have been doing really well because you can go to those and somewhat social distance.
Yeah. Well, at least at a drive-in, you can bring your own snacks and what have you. And stay in the car for the most part, unless someone needs to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, Evil Dead come back to a lot of the drive-ins.
Yeah.
Grindhouse is leasing it out to them.
Yeah. Awesome. I see Bruce Campbell's making an appearance at some of them.
Yeah.
I think I saw.
That's fantastic.
So yeah,
there's to go to the movies, man.
I miss going to the movies. Yeah.
I like going to the movies. Do you guys all go a lot?
My movie theater has a full lunch menu.
Yeah.
Fresh cut fries, sandwich. I love going there.
Ours just has candy, popcorn, but they do now have slush puppies. That's new. So,
do you guys go to the movie theater a lot?
A fair amount.
Yeah.
I don't go too often, personally. Recently I've been going more than I had the last couple of years, but mostly I wait for shit to come out and then watch it here,
Yeah.
Because it's expensive here. I don't know. It's like $20 to get to a theater here.
Yeah.
Right. So we, like I said, our little local one's $5 a movie. And for the longest time, it seemed like the only movies I got to the theater to see were animated kid shows.
Oh yeah.
And now that the kids are older, I'm taking them to more. Last summer, one of my favorite trips was me and my daughter went to see the new Child's Play because she really wanted to see it.
That's cool.
And we went while we were at the convention, though, so we went to a bigger theater up in Indianapolis, but she took her Chucky doll. And we had to walk through I don't know if you've ever been to Indianapolis, but there's 2 like hamster tubes connecting the buildings. So you cross the street above, and you go through the hamster tubes, you go through the convention center, you go through like parking garages and stuff, and we're doing all this, at 10 o'clock to walk up, and I'm just a redneck boy from the country that's seen too many Death Wish movies. I'm looking over my shoulder the entire time, scared to death, and worried about her. And it hit me when we were coming back because my eye was bloodshot that weekend. So my picture with William Shatner, I got this red eye, and I thought, it's midnight. I have a red eye, and she's got a Chucky doll. Maybe no one will mess with us. But yeah, I had this big burst blood vessel in one eye that was just in time for my William Shatner picture. Yeah, send more paramedics listed. What's coming there? Godzilla on the horizon. Me and Mark were saying today, Cuban Missile Crisis is July's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the Godzilla versus Kong trailer, and I want the Halloween Kills trailer.
Yeah, I keep hearing different things about the Halloween Kills trailer, and it's supposed to come out, and they're going to make an announcement, and then they don't make an announcement. I'm tired. I'm over it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would. I'd like to see some more trailers. That's been so quiet. You know what I mean?
I want to see Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
that Spiral. I wanted to see that too. Is it Spiral? The new Saw movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Are you guys fans of Saw?
Yeah. I like the first movie a lot, and a few of the other ones, but it sort of spun out of control into like a weird, like soap opera, man, or just got like I don't know. It's just like too much like
web. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the first two. I love the endings that they had.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just, it's kind of what Jason turned into for a little while for him. Is how's he going to kill the next person? What? I don't care what the story is. What's the next death?
Yeah. Yeah, those are movies that you definitely can get caught wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
If you don't pay a lot of attention, you get very turned around. Wonder why that's happening now and how that. Yeah, it's a lot.
Did you do your list yet for top sequels for the next category?
I forgot about it. I totally forgot.
That was a pretty easy
page, right?
I got. Do what?
Isn't that supposed to be uploaded on the 30th?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I came up. I didn't even have to refer to anything. I sat here and came up with 21 that I had to knock one off the list.
Yeah, I don't think that should be too hard.
No,
I don't think it should.
There was a couple times where it was a little difficult picking just one in a franchise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like you asked me my favorite Freddy movie, and it's part 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I like them both. So.
Wow, part 4 is like up there in your top, huh?
Yeah, I really always liked that one.
Is that Dream Master?
Yeah, okay. The one where Alice fights him.
God. She absorbs all of the killed people's powers.
Yeah.
I mean, that one was okay, but I don't know, man. I would say part 2 is pretty good. I prefer 2 to 4. Part 1.
I never cared for part 2 a whole lot.
Really? I love
But
that
again,
one.
It might be one where I need to go back and watch it again because I haven't watched it in years.
I guess my favorite would probably be 3 Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine was probably the original, and then 3, and then 2.
My favorite is definitely the original, but if we're talking about sequels, I would have to go with Dream Warrior.
Yeah, I guess I would too.
Yeah, the original film is easily my favorite. I mean, it's not even close.
Mm.
I remember the original film. What was that? 84.
Yeah,
That came. So I was like 7 or 8 when that came out, and I remember being scared to lay on my back in bed after watching Johnny Depp get pulled down.
Yeah.
And it's like I got this theory that if I lay on my side, he can't pull me down.
Yeah. There you go. It's like if you stay in the shallow side of the pool, then Jaws isn't going to get you. He's at the deep
Right.
end.
Yeah, that scene with Johnny Depp, boy, that stuck with me.
you know what stuck with me was the scene where the girl was in the body bag in the hallway.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me. I saw that movie in a movie theater. That scared me to death.
Yeah, I saw it on video.
I was 13 when that came out. I love that damn movie.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I remember I watched it with my sister and scared us both real well. She's about your age, I guess. Then she's 5 years older than me.
I'm 40. I'm going to be 49 next month.
Okay, she turned 49 last week.
There you go. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
56 on Monday.
56. There you go.
yeah, we always watch scary movies together, and she was into them, and they scared her to death. She'd come get in bed with me, and I'm littler than you. What am I going to do? And you'll slow them down while I run away, I think was her strategy. But we used to watch all kinds of scary stuff.
Movie with me.
Do what?
My younger son watches a lot of horror movies with me.
My daughter is starting to now.
Yeah. How old is your daughter?
She's 13.
Michael will be 13 next month, or not next month, August. He'll be 13.
Yeah, she started a couple years ago, and I started her off, I think fairly light.
Yeah.
And but we did a couple weeks ago now. I watched the Texas Chainsaw remake with her.
Yeah.
Because she was just dying to see Leatherface, and she enjoyed it.
That's cool.
So
no one in my family likes horror movies, so I never was able to bond with anyone like that. I think it's really cool that all you guys are bonding with your family through that.
Yeah. But my dad, my dad would rent them. He wasn't into them like me and my sisters were. He liked, more classic horror, Hammer films, stuff like that. He even liked Halloween 1 and 2. He had copies of those, but he did not like Jason. He did not like Freddy. Didn't like Leatherface. But the first 2 Michael Myers was okay by him. But
And my mother and father didn't like this stuff at all. Not at all.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what. I don't know how this happened. I just remember watching certain movies when I was little, and it just stuck.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
just
Well,
My wife
we would rent them, and Mom and Dad usually never really cared what we rented.
Yep.
To an extent, I always thought it was funny. They would let me rent virtually any horror movie,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't let me rent Chainsaw Massacre. I think just because Dad didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't rent Cheech and Chong movies. They wouldn't let me do that. But I could rent horror movies. And one other one I remember they wouldn't let me see, and I made such fun of my sister because she got scared a lot more than I did. I don't think I was really scared of a movie after age 10.
Yeah.
And she was 17 maybe. When did Pet Sematary come out? 87, 88?
I think 87. I could be wrong.
So she would have been 16. She went and saw Pet Sematary, come home, got in bed with mom and dad. Scared to death. They would not let me go see it because of it.
Oh,
And then when it come out on video, I rented it, watched it, and told her what a wuss she was.
yeah.
1989 on Pet Cemetery, by the way.
89. Well, hell, she'd have been 18 then.
I don't remember that movie being particularly scary.
It really scared her.
Zelda freaked everyone out. Zelda
What?
freaked everyone out. Zelda freaked everyone out.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about it that
Yeah,
freaked her out so much.
You're right. I forgot about Zelda. I totally forgot about Zelda.
Hey, what'd you guys think of the remake? I think we talked about that one night, but
I liked it.
I liked it
I did
more
too.
than a lot of the hate I heard for it. I thought it was
liked
good.
I liked it. It had a darker ending.
Yeah,
I thought the daughter being older worked pretty well too. You know, I mean the first one's great, obviously, but I didn't mind the remake. A lot of people hated that shit, man.
So we went, and I run into a guy. There was a guy I worked with. He has since switched jobs, and so did I. So we never see each other anymore. But he was a horror freak, and I think the same night maybe we went and saw one of the Avengers movies. Maybe if one was out around that time. Anyway, we ran into him in the parking lot, and me and my daughter had just went and seen, I think, Avengers, and him and his daughter had just seen the Pet Cemetery remake, and we spoke in the parking lot, and he absolutely hated it. He was just griping about it and railing against it, and I thought, I'm not watching it. And then we ended up getting it as a stocking stuffer for my daughter for Christmas because I got it on a Black Friday deal because she really wanted it. And I finally watched her copy of it, and I rather liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
All right, I'm gonna take Quilted out. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. And Michael and I went and saw Pet Cemetery in the movie theater when it came out. And I bought it on Blu-ray, and I don't think I've ever watched it. I think I only saw it in the movie theater. That's one more movie on that shelf that I have not watched since I bought it.
Yeah, I picked up like the 4K of it for $7 or something as a Black Friday deal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I dug it, man. I thought it was good. I don't know that I liked it more than the original, but I don't know that I liked it less than the original either.
If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick the original.
I like Fred Gwynn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like him real well. And honestly, what's his name? Jason Clarke, is that his name? The one that played Lewis in the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked his version of Lewis.
Yeah.
In fact, when I saw he was doing it, I thought he'd be good. I even liked his John Connor in Genesis.
Yeah.
He's a lot better than what's his name, Nick Stahl, or Christian Bale. I thought Terminator Salvation was funny that he's the leader of the resistance, but now this time around, no one believes him.
Yeah, that's the one with Christian Bale, right?
Yeah.
Salvation, yeah. I think I only watched that one once too. Right when it came out on disc, I bought that.
Yeah, I watched it, and the digital Arnold was cool.
Yeah.
It looked really good, I thought at the time.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
They're getting better and better. I think still the best I'd seen for doing that was Lord Tarkin on Star Wars, the Peter Cushing, the way they recreated him.
I still have not watched the last Star Wars movie.
This was what, episode
Rogue One.
7? Rogue One when they did that.
Out of continuity, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was
episode 3.5?
How was the final Star Wars movie?
Haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it either? All right, good.
No.
That's not bad.
And me and my son were talking about it today because he hasn't seen it either. And I told him I got friends I work with that are Star Wars nuts.
Yeah.
Hated it. They will give you a 2-hour dissertation on why that movie sucked. But then I know people like Bronco Juggalo and Jason and Joe the Horror Man, they love it.
Yeah.
And they're big time Star Wars guys.
That is the only Star Wars movie that I did not see in the movie theater. That's the only one.
Really?
All 8 of the other movies in the movie theater, not that one.
So I never saw any of the original trilogy till they were re-released in the 90s.
Yeah.
I saw them in theater. And I saw the prequel trilogy, and then I saw Force Awakens, Rogue One, but I did not see episodes 8 or 9 in the theater.
I saw 8 in the theater, and I didn't love it, to be honest with you. I wasn't crazy about that one. I thought
it was
The Force Awakens.
Was
fantastic.
I liked episode 8 well enough, and like I said, my friends at work just ripped on it and hated it. I didn't think it was that bad. But I never was that big of a Star Wars fan. I always gravitated more towards Star Trek than Star Wars. In fact, I didn't even. So I was born 77, when Star Wars started. But I didn't even see the trilogy until I was 8 or 9, so quite a bit later.
Yeah.
We did have, and it's still over at my parents' house somewhere, a little Super 8 reel of the fight where they're Luke and Han are shooting at the ships, that whole sequence on the Falcon. And we would watch that on the projector. They still got it, I know, in a box full of movies over there. And but just that one scene, that was all I knew, all I was familiar with.
Yeah, my father took me to the same theater to see the original trilogy, all 3 movies, and now that theater is a parking lot.
Aww.
So, like I say, I never saw those, but growing up, Dad had every Star Trek on VHS, every episode of the original series. We had all the movies as they came out.
That's cool, man.
And, I could do that by the time I was 3, probably.
My parents weren't even really movie nuts in any way whatsoever. It's amazing how crazy I am about movies. I mean, obviously, I'm a horror movie maniac. I love this shit. But I like movies, period. Dramas, comedies, documentaries. I like all that stuff. I just gravitated towards horror. But neither one of my parents were ever big movie fans. They just, I don't know.
We always were. Mom had her favorites, of course. Still does. And, Dad at the time, he was just building a VHS collection. Yeah. And, but he worked. So where we live, he always drove at least an hour, it seemed like, to get to work. Working at power plants, working at coal mines, what have you. And he would hit every video rental store on the way and just systematically go through everything they had, bring it home and copy it if he liked it.
Yeah.
But he brought home, Toxic Avenger, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. He would try out anything, and for the most part, and some of it he wouldn't want to keep, some of it I'd copy because he didn't want it. And
I love Toxic Avenger, man.
Oh, so do I. That's a classic.
That's so good. It's so terrible. I absolutely love that movie.
That one, and so there was 3 or 4 movies that I know all through junior high. If one of my friends hadn't seen it, we sat him down and made him watch it. Yeah. And it was Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High, Evil Dead 2.
That's awesome.
Maybe The Wraith, probably.
I was nuts when I was younger. The movie that I was crazy about like that was Day of the Dead. I would watch that movie 2 times a day, every single day if I had the opportunity to watch. I absolutely love Day of the Dead.
Yeah, I watched that one a lot, and it's funny, my movies were mainly copies at the time. We'd rent them and copy them. We had 2 VCRs, and I'll never forget my Day of the Dead copy I had. The tape was a 3-hour Richard Attenborough narrated nature documentary, and then Day of the Dead. was the 2 things on that tape.
That's crazy, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, I wore that tape out watching Day of the Dead. And Halloween too. I bought Halloween 1 and 2. Dad had Halloween 1 and 2 on the same tape.
Yeah.
And pretty much wear it out.
Day of the Dead is easily, like, no question about it, my favorite zombie movie ever. I love Day of the Dead. Love Dawn of the Dead, but I am a ridiculously big Day of the Dead fan.
Samesies.
The gore in that movie is just freaking spectacular.
The gore and then the dialogue, the interaction.
Yep.
I mean, I'll always go Dawn of the Dead because I love the setting and all that. But
absolutely, I love Dawn of the Dead.
But just Captain Rhodes in Day of the Dead, some of his lines and just the way he played it, I love.
Yeah, me too.
And my favorite line in the whole movie, I think, is the I'm running this monkey farm now, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time.
My God. Everything about that movie is just great. I love it. I love everything and everybody in that movie.
So, did you ever read the original script for it, supposedly, that's out online?
No.
So, the way that Tom Savini described it, he said, so I think the budget was like $3 million, $3.5 million, they said, for Day of the Dead. The script that George originally wrote required $7 or $8 million. And Savini said that this was going to be the biggest zombie movie you'd ever seen. He said this was going to be Ben-Hur with zombies. And the base was going to have a topside portion to it. Where the corral with the zombies were. I think they were trying to train zombie soldiers or something was part of the plan.
That sounds almost like the Day of the Dead remake or whatever the hell that is.
A little bit. But there was also supposed to be a big ending scene with somebody who gets killed but not bitten and does not get back up. So it kind of gives them hope at the end.
Yeah.
That maybe, and then me and Mark were talking a little bit a week or 2 ago where I said, I'm watching Day of the Dead again and it just hit me. They shot Logan, didn't shoot him in the head. Shouldn't he be up walking around by the time that Bub finds him in the freezer?
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's not a leftover part of that original script that just no one really drew any attention to.
I never thought about that before.
Yeah. Because supposed to be everybody was infected, and if you die, you get up. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie, man. That's a movie that has never grown old at all in any way for me.
Yeah. Like me and Ben were talking, it's one of my comfort food movies.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, The Thing, The Fog. There's a few movies I can put in. Yeah, there's a few movies I can put in and just enjoy no matter how many times I've seen them.
Yep. The Thing is definitely one of those for me too, man. I freaking love that movie too.
Creepshow for me is what that is.
Yeah.
God, that's so good. Creepshow's another one, man. There's nothing wrong with Creepshow.
We just watched it on Father's Day last weekend.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Where's my cake?
Ate my cake and watch Creepshow. That's what we do.
But Delia.
Craig is saying Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights is amazing, by the way. That's an excellent movie.
Man. It's a good movie.
Boogie Nights was cool.
Boogie Nights to me, it's like it's hilarious and depressing simultaneously, and that's like such a hard thing to pull off. That it's always impressed me that movie does it.
Return of the Living Dead. Yeah, man, that's another great movie.
Yeah, so that's
All of
one
those
where
up there.
I saw part 2 before I saw part 1.
No kidding.
I love them both.
I saw part 2 in the movie theater.
Same here.
Yeah.
And I think I may have been the only person in the theater. I don't know. It was.
I love that, man. There's not much more I like than that, man. That's great going to the movies and have a private show.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I love it.
I'd pay extra for it right now.
Yeah. The last time I had that happen, I went and saw Green Inferno, and I was the only one in there.
That's one thing about our little local theater now. They're probably not going to play something like Green Inferno.
Yeah.
We did get to go see Dr. Sleep there, but more of your hardcore horror movies, they don't play there.
I was actually, to be honest with you, I was surprised because I was real excited to go see Green Inferno. And I was almost surprised that played at Regal Cinema. I almost didn't expect it to show up there.
We touched on Green Inferno earlier. I liked it.
Oh, shut it
We were
up.
talking about Eli Roth. Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun and real goofy but fun.
Does anybody know what he's been working on lately? I haven't heard anything about him doing anything.
He's working on the video game movie Borderlands.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
He did that documentary on Shudder.
That was great.
and
Good.
he did, and of course he did House with a Clock in Its Walls.
He did that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he did that. No shit. That's cool.
I want him to do Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, from the trailer from Grindhouse. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. I so want to see that made as a movie. I don't think I've laughed so damn hard in a theater since.
All
Man.
will be carved.
Yeah. Was it arrive hungry and leave stuffed?
Yeah.
I think the last thing that I saw from him was Knock Knock.
Yeah, that was probably the last one I saw too.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Um,
That was a cool movie too, man.
Thank you, because everybody panned it. All the critics panned it. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool. Disturbing, but I thought that's good. Disturbing is good.
Hobbs wants to know if we liked The Stranger. I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
nor have I.
No.
Sorry, Hobbs.
I think-
It's terrible.
As far as Knock Knock goes, I was pretty disappointed, but I think I was expecting something different than I got.
Yeah.
So I've been wanting to like rewatch it again. But I was not super impressed with it the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I dug it. Oh yeah, it definitely wasn't a movie that blew me away, but I enjoyed it. Very troubling movie.
I like Clown.
Clown, that's right. I forgot about Clown. That's good too. That's
He didn't direct it.
a movie.
Yeah, he didn't direct it, but he produced it, and I like that one. It's dark.
It's
Yeah.
dark. It's good.
Yeah.
That's a good
That
movie.
one's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Still talking Roth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he produced Clown, the one where the guy can't get the clown nose off.
Right.
Yeah, he's like the mythology of the coin or whatever from like the German mythology was a little funky, but I like that it was dark. That the clown monster thing fed on children. I thought was pretty spooky.
Yeah, the thing that he turned into by the end of the movie was great.
I love when he tries to commit suicide and like shoots himself, and it's just like rainbow like
Yeah, that was
splatter out the back. That was awesome.
So crazy, man.
I was gonna say I gotta say I loved him in the Inglourious Bastards too.
Yeah.
Actually playing a role.
The Dead Don't Die. Anthropomorphic Fiend is what? I'm trying to remember who that is.
that one.
Wasn't that,
That's the one with Bill Murray and
Jim Jarmusch directed it.
Oh, Jim Jarmusch, that's who it was.
Yeah, that's the dude who played Kylo Ren is in that movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have not seen that. I wanted to see it, but I haven't seen it.
Me
I wanted
either.
to see it.
Adam
I heard a
Driver.
lot of bad stuff. I did not hear good things about it.
No,
I didn't either. I'll check it out at some point, but I don't know if it came out around the same time as Zombieland 2 or not, but we went
haven't
and saw
seen
Zombieland 2.
how was that? I haven't seen that yet.
It was fun. It wasn't as good as the first one, but
Yeah, the first one was pretty cool.
a lot of the humor in it, I think, is they come across basically a big hippie commune. And so you got Woody Harrelson's character being stuck with a bunch of hippies. That there was a lot of comedy gold there.
That's probably not too far from reality.
Yeah.
Isn't that where the best comedy comes from?
Yeah. Yeah. They talking about anything else over here?
They were talking about just Dead Don't Die. What are you guys as Craig was talking about Clowntergeist?
I don't
Sounds
know.
like
Yeah.
some
I don't
wildlife
even-
shit. What is your guys' favorite subgenres? Horror subgenres?
Zombies.
Zombies?
Yeah.
Mark?
Science fiction. I like sci-fi horror. Event Horizon, Aliens.
God,
Yeah.
Event Horizon's a good movie.
Scream Factory Collector's Edition coming soon.
I really
for it.
like haunted house movies too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I guess I'll say supernatural movies, but then at the same time, I don't care much for possession movies.
And I was going to say I like possession movies. I like possession movies, but doesn't seem to be a ton of really really good ones.
Yeah.
The good ones are pretty good though.
Yeah, have you guys seen The Possession of Michael King?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh
No.
shit, that's a good movie, man.
That one came out at sort of the same time as Taking of Deborah Logan, and both are sort of like found footage possession movies.
Yeah,
Taking of Deborah Logan, I thought was better.
I only saw some of that. I remember watching some of that movie, and I had to leave. I had to go somewhere. I never finished it.
That one has a good ending.
Yeah,
One I was going to say about the zombies. Matt, you talk about a genre that has so many movies.
yeah,
Because what's easier than let's slap a little makeup on this guy and have him moan, and you got a monster, you know.
yeah.
But it seems like that's a genre where I either love them or God, they're so awful you can't bear to watch them. And
Like
I always think of the Italian movies where it looks like they slap modeling clay on the guy and not makeup.
They look hard, man. They look like they're crispy and hard.
Yeah, but I like those.
Yeah.
But like something that somebody shot with a home movie camera that they stick on Netflix for free. God, those are atrocious.
Yeah.
I'd still rather watch the old Italian one.
Yeah, the
I
old.
want to get one I have not got in my collection. I need to was it Nightmare City?
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah. Have not seen that.
I heard that was really good.
I did too. I was showing it because Martin said one of his favorite subgenres was dark fantasy, and I heard that's kind of what that was, and I like that too when it's done right. What you say, John?
A whole lot. I would have an easier time saying what I don't like, and I really am not the biggest vampire movie fan in the world.
I kind of am not either, to be honest. But
some of them are really, 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 really good. But then, for the most part, I'm really not a vampire fan.
Let the Right One In.
That's a great
Amazing.
movie. Yeah.
My favorite vampire movie I said was Blade, which
Yep.
really to me is an action movie, and vampires are just the backdrop.
Yeah, they just happen to be there.
Yeah. I mean, he could have been fighting a drug gang. He could have been fighting kidnappers. It would have been the same movie.
Yeah.
There you go, Martin. I was showing this one. Speaking of vampire movies, George Romero Martin. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorite
I
Romero movies altogether.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Speaking of vampires, Craig says Fright Night. I do love Fright Night.
Fright Night is great. That's a
That's
great.
a good.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. Did you ever see Stakeland?
Yeah, that was fun.
That's a great movie too.
I was like zombie apocalypse, but with vampires.
And you know what? If you watch the review that I did on that, I said the same thing. I said it feels like The Walking Dead, but with vampires. That's how I thought it felt too.
Yeah, it was good though.
Gone. There's just no hope. All hope is lost.
Was Danielle Harris in the first one or the second one?
The second one.
Second one.
Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah.
One that felt that way is the old Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
I watched
where
that.
Vincent Price is going around staking vampires during the day.
Yeah.
That was a great movie. You know, one man show.
Salem's Lot was good.
Yeah. Near Dark.
Yeah.
Near Dark. Yeah.
I love 30 Days of Night.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I forgot about that one.
That's one
number-
I had on my one I had on my list. Love at First Bite.
Yeah.
Now that we're like naming off all these vampire movies, I'm going, oh yeah, this is an awesome fucking subgenre. I mean, there's some good ones. Maybe just it's because it feels overdone, a little overdone, you know? Because it's really permeated into pop culture as well. I mean, zombies has now too, but
But it's like what you mentioned about zombies. You can just slap a pair of fangs in somebody and make a vampire movie.
Yeah.
Right.
I was definitely not a fan of Interview with the Vampire.
I never did. Never liked it.
I saw that in high school. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure I didn't see it sober. So I think I liked it. Okay.
Yeah, they also say Carpenter's Vampires, Dust Till Dawn, Dracula
Dust
Dead,
Till Dawn.
Loving It. Yeah.
From Dust Till Dawn was good. Dead and Loving It was cool.
John Carpenter's Vampires is one I just saw for the first time a week or two ago.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It's like super ridiculous.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a Carpenter movie?
It feels like a yeah, I guess I'd say it does, right?
Yeah. I can't even imagine a John Carpenter vampire movie. What does that feel like?
It's 1 o'clock in the
Vampires.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning here, and I think somebody down the road just shot off about 20 rounds.
No shit.
I got
Think
my
that was
window
for Dave
open.
Maggott's birthday.
Maybe.
I've been getting fireworks all night here.
Yeah. No, these were gunshots.
Okay.
There was fireworks a half hour ago, so maybe they're having a party.
Yeah.
Or
They're like, hey, shut up.
How close are your neighbors to you, Cody?
Probably the closest would be like 1,000 feet,
Yeah.
maybe a little more. But I can see the house.
Yeah.
But we're pretty spread out. But
That's cool.
this sounds like it's probably about half mile down the road. Be my guess.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe he saw a vampire.
Yeah, Craig's saying that Vampires is like a cool Western vampire movie.
Yeah.
But it's also ridiculous because their method of killing the vampires is fucking Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Like there's no way anyone would come up with a plan to like have a single shot like harpoon thing that you shoot a vampire with
And then
and that's
winch him
attached
out
to
into
a
the
wing
sun.
and winch him into the daylight. It's just ludicrous, but funny. You know? It was pretty good. It was good.
Yeah, one of these days I got to check that out.
Where did I see it? Oh, I think I might have actually ended up renting it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
But they just
So-
came out with a Scream Factory collector's edition for it. not too long ago.
ask you guys this, maybe if I can say it right. Do you ever feel kind of like a horror? Look at yourself and think, "Wow, man, I'm a horror snob." When, let's say, vampires break into the pop culture again, you get another Twilight movie,
Oh Christ!
and suddenly people who have no clue act like they know everything about that subgenre
I hate it.
or that topic because they've been like, I have to say, I was ready to just puke in my soup over all the 20-year-old kids who thought they knew everything in the world about Queen after Bohemian Rhapsody came out.
Yeah.
Like, I've been listening to Queen for like 30 years, so don't tell me about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't really bother me. I mean, I think
Really?
vampires should be sparkly.
Well, I'm just
I mean,
talking about when someone who's never looked at it suddenly acts like they're the authority on it. It just
I'm more like that with music than I am with movies. I'm bad with. I'm extremely opinionated with music. I'm bad with music. I'll bury somebody into the ground when it comes to heavy metal. I see people walking around with Metallica shirts on and shit. I'm like, you don't even know what that is that you have on your body. It drives me crazy.
Craig says he's going to throw his daughter out if she buys Twilight.
I wouldn't watch that movie if you paid me money to watch it. I wouldn't watch it.
I watched the first one. I
Oh.
watched the first one with my I have a cousin, and I think when that came out, he was like 11 or something, and he was like, Twilight is the fucking best. And I was like, is it? Okay, well, let's watch it. It was not the best, guys.
I could imagine it would be.
Craig said he bought some Silver Bullet posters, which also kind of brings to mind. Did you guys ever? So I wasn't the biggest vampire fan. I mean, I saw Fright Night and some others through the years, but I don't know if I ever really heard about Silver hurting a vampire before Blade.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and now it's in every movie. You know, I always thought Silver was reserved for werewolves.
Yeah, Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we turn to the werewolf topic, man, Silver Bullet, that's way up there on my list.
Absolutely.
That, the Howl.
We were talking about that too. The werewolf doesn't hold up as well as American Werewolf in London or The Howling.
No.
But it's a fun movie. I haven't even opened this yet.
Absolutely.
I love Gary Busey in it.
He's a good actor, man. He's just a fucking wacko. He's a really good actor. I like Gary Busey a lot, but you see him like he's not in movies and he's a friggin' loon, but he's a
Silver Bullet. Yeah, Silver Bullet, Lethal Weapon, Point Break. A lot of good movies with him. Predator 2. Huh?
A2 Utah 2. That was my Point Break impersonation of Gary Busey.
That's
2 meatball sandwiches. Yeah, exactly. A2 Utah.
I like it when he tells that one, the boss, what I was on the street when you were jerking it to the Sears catalog or something.
Something like that, yeah. My God.
I mean, yeah, back in the day, there wasn't like free internet porn for everyone. I mean, you had to jerk it to the fucking Sears catalog. It's Dark Ages.
Point Break in a long
Dark Ages.
Ginger Snaps is an amazing werewolf movie.
It's a fantastic movie. I'm an American Werewolf in London guy, man. I love that movie.
I like that movie real well, and I think my favorite part of it is his buddy.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome movie.
When he first shows up and he's talking, and that thing is
the little floppy
swinging back and forth.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
I mean, impressive, man. The special effects in that, impressive.
Yeah. And that's another one, man. You're right. It just holds up, man. It still holds up. It's so good.
Hobbs says he met Gary Busey at a con and they were both drunk, so it was awkward.
I think that's probably the best way to meet Gary Busey, if I'm honest.
Probably.
I saw him at a con. I didn't get an autograph, but I did take a picture just to prove I'd seen him.
My God.
Oh God, Danny says that when he was a kid, there was a ripped up Hustler magazine in the field behind the gas station that he used to go check out. That sounds about right.
Make special trips.
Yeah.
Anywhere you could get it. Kids don't know how easy they have it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Ginger Snaps, man. That really is a pretty damn good movie.
It's excellent, man. And it was one of these movies when I used to see it on the shelf at Blockbuster. I was like, that's like some like, I don't know, softcore porn thing and or a teenage like horror movie thing that I don't want to watch because of the cover. And then I caught it on cable one night and I was like, this thing's fucking awesome. What is this? And I checked and I was like, Ginger Snaps. I've like walked by this thing so many times.
I've never seen the second one.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. Ginger Snaps Back, and the other one's the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second 2 in a long time. I've watched the first one pretty recently again.
It's been a while since I watched that.
The first one's the best, but the next 2 are pretty good.
Yeah, they're not good. I don't remember the second 2 all that well, but I do remember them being pretty decent.
I only have Ginger Snaps, the first one, on DVD and Blu-ray. I don't have the other 2, so I should probably pick those up.
I have them. They came out like the same year or very close to each other, too. Snaps was a movie that I walked past in Best Buy 100 times before I ever actually bought it. I remember there was a time where I would own every horror movie that was in Best Buy. And at that time, I kept dwindling down, and I finally went out, screw it, I don't have this, and bought Ginger Snaps.
There was a period there, I'd say I was like that, but it only lasted up through like 06, 07, and that's when I switched to toys and stuff.
Yeah.
When I got away from buying so many DVDs, but now I'm kind of back to DVDs too.
Yeah. It's amazing.
And records here lately.
I was the same way. I used to buy action figures and toys, and then I started buying movies. I've always bought movies, but there was a time period where I was buying every horror movie I saw.
Ben Grimm brings up Bad Moon. Very underrated werewolf movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, man, that has one of the coolest practical werewolves in, like, werewolf movie history. He looks awesome. And it has one of the shittiest CGI transformations that you'll ever see as well. So runs the gamut there. But it's good, man. I like it.
I'm just looking to see if I own that because it sounds familiar.
I want to say it came out in like 96, maybe?
You know what other one's good is Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers is good, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's a cool movie, man.
I like, actually, Anthropomantic Fiend reviewed this one too. Howling, is it 4 of the Marsupials? Is that what we're picking up? Yeah. Is that part 4 or part 3?
I think it's part 4.
Part 4. That one is batshit crazy, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It's ridiculous.
How many Howling movies are there? Is there 6 or 7, something like that?
I lost count.
Yeah,
I think there's
6 numbered, and then there was like a Reborn.
I have a bunch of them.
I only have Howling 1. I've got the Scream Factory Steelbook.
Yeah, Howling's the only one I own too. Howling 2 apparently is a glorious piece of trash. How about that?
Mark,
Yeah.
I can't go that far. It does at least have Christopher Lee in it. Oh, but the ending credits, have you guys seen the end credits to Howling 2?
Is it this?
Sybil Danning taking her top off, and then they just keep rewinding it. So
Yeah,
she
it's like a loop.
like 15 times during the credits.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
All right, time to watch The Howling too.
Yeah, the werewolf from Monster Squad was good.
Wolfman's got nards.
Yeah, he does.
That's such a fun movie.
I haven't seen that in so long.
One convention we went to, my daughter got the autograph of Tom Noonan, and then I forget her name, but the one that played Phoebe, she was there and signed her poster too. And she wrote on it for her, "Don't be chicken shit."
Oh, so
looking at my Amazon. Oh, sorry, I was going to say I'm looking at my Amazon card again. Did you guys see the Dead Pit is coming to Blu-ray in August?
Mm-mm.
I have it on DVD. Hobbs Horror was saying he thought they were kangaroos in the marsupials, but they are thylacines. They were thylacines. Thylacine is like a marsupial canine that got hunted to extinction in Australia. By the way,
you need a the more you know.
Exactly.
That'd be kind of like your shouty. It just flash up in the corner.
Exactly. Bing. Yeah, Teen Wolf.
That's a good,
excellent werewolf movie.
I forgot all about
The werewolf looked really stupid, but
yes,
good movie nonetheless.
Yeah, still a fun movie.
I buy that. And Craig brought up Cursed. Did you guys like Cursed?
I don't think I've seen it.
I saw that.
It was a Wes Craven werewolf movie starring what's that dude's name?
Joshua Jackson.
He was in it, but he wasn't the star. It's the guy from Vivarium, and Social Network, Zombieland. His name I'm spacing.
Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, that's the one. It was him. And Christina Ricci, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely liked it.
Didn't Scream Factory do Teen Wolf not too long ago?
Yeah, and they got a 2-pack of Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2.
That's a movie.
Teen Wolf 2, it was Jason Bateman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Teen Wolf in a long time.
Same here. But same with Cursed, too. I haven't seen Cursed in a while.
Cursed. I've watched that one a number of times, actually.
Hobbs said he's got a catfish on Instagram too, Ben.
I saw that. Crystal Rose. Keep an eye out for Crystal, guys. She's a hot number looking for gift cards. That whole situation was actually pretty entertaining, I gotta say. I got my money out of that.
You kept me entertained for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I get myself. It's the fact that she just stuck to her guns, no matter how much time travel was involved, or
What video are you talking about?
Oh, I was catfished on Instagram by some chick who was like giving me pictures of some Playboy model, and like claiming to be like, oh God, it's a whole thing. I might end up doing a video about it, but it was funny. But I sent her a video of her saying, "Hello, my name is someone else." Like, I'm from San Diego, and it was like her doing like this little pre-Playboy interview thing, and I was like, "Man, they're good. How did they get you saying all that?" She's like, "I don't know. They're really good at identity theft." I'm like, "Yeah, they're really good."
I wouldn't doubt if she doesn't come back at you again.
Oh, we're still heavy in a relationship, guys. You want the latest?
You're going to ask for a gift card again.
Oh, no, I told her, here's where we left it. I said, oh, let's never talk about gift cards again, my love. I started calling her. I was calling her my love and my queen and stuff. Yeah, and she's like, "Okay, that's good." And so now we're just like having a boring conversation. How was your day? Oh, good. I'm just at home with grandma.
Ask her for more pictures, though.
Oh, there's plenty of pictures. All you have to do is like Google Elsa Galvin.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of half nude pictures of her. She's like
I'm gonna say start sending more pictures.
Oh, yeah.
They're still at it.
Yeah, it was funny. Her first approach is what hooked me though, because she like right out of the box, her first thing, like she said, "Hello, how are you?" And I said, "Fine." And then she said something and called me sissy. And I was like, "Did you just call me sissy?" And she's like, "Yes, sissy, you are my stray slut." And she started like this whole like BDSM conversation. I was like, that is a bold move. I like it. So then like I was like, oh, that's interesting. She's like, yes, you can show me like how much you adore me and stuff. And I'm like, okay. I was like curious, like, how are we going to do that? Is it going to be money or something? Finally I said, look, I'm not a sissy, so sorry. And then she was like, oh, that's okay, because I'm actually like a wholesome family girl. So we did like a 180 there, and then it got boring.
Where was she supposedly saying she was from?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay.
Yeah. Clearly does not have a good grasp on English English is her second language for sure.
Yeah, that was definitely obvious.
When was all that going on?
I don't know. It's been going on like the last week or two. It's been kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's been fun. Her whole like end game. I thought it was gonna be something like. I was on the line like, what is she gonna be asking for? This is interesting. I liked her approach. But then it was just a $30 eBay gift card, and then she would be like. She said she needed it for taxi fare, and so I ended up coming up with more extravagant ways that I could get her somewhere. Offered to like lease her a car, to rent. I offered to get her a limo service with like a dedicated driver, all that shit. It was good times.
Just send it over from one of your properties.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's good times, good times. Do you have the John, as far as Cannibal Holocaust goes, do you have that Grindhouse releasing edition?
No, I have. Hold on. I don't even know what edition it is. I bought this thing, God, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that. Hold on. Yeah, I do have that one. That is exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Yeah.
That one has the animal cruelty free mode that you can watch it in.
No kidding.
Yeah, if you look at the options, I think that's one of them.
I've never watched it. I've always watched with the animal killings.
That's the version I have. I mean, back in the day when that came out, like you said, it was like 2005 or something.
Yeah, it was like a while ago.
Edition.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. I remember going into a store and this was on the shelf, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
I certainly wasn't looking for it.
The first time I ever got it was from a video store. Love this place. It was so weird. And this was in like 99 or 2000. But it was a video store called Plan 9 Video. And he was in a basement on the city square. And we went down in and we're looking around, and he had like the whole Outer Limits collection on VHS, all the Twilight Zones. And then he had tons of the oversized big boxes, the big VHS boxes.
Yeah, I remember those.
And I think first time in there, I rented Cannibal Pharaoh, Cannibal Holocaust, Microwave Massacre, just a bunch of stuff I'd been looking for. It was a really cool little shop, and then it just kind of folded up as VHS went away.
I miss all them little mom and pop shops.
And the dude who run it, oh man, you talk about like a burned out guy. Back near what was kind of the regular horror section, I mean, he had a cannibal section, he had a slasher section, he had just a general horror section. He had an adult room with a cutout of a poster from that movie where Kim Basinger was animated. Cool World, is that the name of it?
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, God, I forgot about that movie. Yeah.
She's on the door, and it was the adult room. And I thought, if he's got this much weird shit in here, I gotta see what's in the adult room. And I started to open the door, and I couldn't open it. And I looked, I could get it open like 4 inches, and I looked down. There's somebody laying in the floor. It was the owner. And there was this kid working the counter, and I guess me bumping him with the door woke him up. He'd slept there.
Yeah,
and
he
you
was
could hear him in the back.
there.
Well, you could hear him in the back coughing and hacking like he just woke up from a hell of a night partying, probably up on the square, and just made it into his video store. And then he came out all groggy, you know, wiping his eyes and rung me up. And no membership, nothing. He just asked me my name, wrote it on an index card with what I rented, and said they're due back in 2 days.
Nice.
A complete system of trust at that video store.
Good old days,
Show
man.
ID or nothing.
My God.
Well, guys, I got to go to bed.
Me too.
I need
Yeah, I'm tired.
All right, I guess we are going to end the stream, y'all. Good
Yeah.
doing.
to pause that.
Thanks for
Thanks for
joining.
hosting tonight, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone in the chat, thanks for swinging by. It was a pretty lively chat.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, till the next time, guys. Thank you very much.
See you next time, guys.
See ya.
Later.
See you. Take care.